Just make the I explained the first time. It's like if you're trying to pretend like you're on the toilet and you're like that, but just it's like just like you speak while you're doing it. I suppose that's the easiest way I can describe it. And that's not even how he says it in the movie. It's like it's so exaggerated.
I love that one. That's my
Anyway,
my special boy.
we're playing Angels with Scaly Wings. Dragons with Scaly Anus.
Oh.
And
Whoa.
Are you thinking birds?
No, I'm not.
Is that a bird thing? Am I mistaken about
I
that?
think that counts for reptiles as well.
Reptiles. I need to. I guess I'm gonna tweet it out. I don't think anybody really cares. Okay. Not that nobody cares, but nobody's gonna be awake. It's hard to type.
Should have done this beforehand.
It's fine.
Okay.
I did not hit OK.
Type angels.
I'm just doing one hand. I don't even know why I got my other hand over here.
Nope. No space. Ooh, somebody's here.
Hello.
This time it's time to go for Edin.
Hey, Sarm Sword. We're doing a very late night stream tonight, but alternating this time. We're gonna go for that, and we're gonna be doing this for like just a couple hours because it's gonna be really late by the time that comes around, and I'm gonna have to go to bed early so I can get up at a decent time and stream the end of Golden Sun tomorrow because I actually finished grinding today. I get the level 50 with everybody, which is the max level you can carry over. Anyway, load or start, actually.
Start.
X. I'm used to visual novels like right-clicking to back, and it's kind of optimized.
Jesus.
Continue your journey, Chrono. Could you grab me a monster out of there, actually? I'm not ready for this.
Like your boots.
Is there anything in there? Okay, good. We're gonna get some tomorrow. After I stream,
I think there's only like implied sex, like obvious sex on Bryce's mostly, and then like I think Anna's like kind of, and then everyone else that's like.
So Bryce is like the most dirty.
Yeah. Like
we happen to do that one Earth first, huh?
I'm so sad.
I'm okay with that.
Anna's I think is a little bit like kind of blatant, but not really, and then everyone else like Remy's not even a romanceable option.
Listen, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Not? I thought Remy was.
Anna, Bryce.
Oh wow.
Edin.
Like Lorem, he's kind of not an option either.
But there is
Who's the fourth?
For Remy, I thought.
Remy would have been the fifth because it'd be.
I can skip this.
I think he does have an ending, but I guess it's not.
Yeah,
romantic.
they all have endings, but
honestly, I couldn't put a face to the name for Remy at the moment.
Remy's the white one.
The white, like one with the like weird collar in the top.
Oh, okay, the one in the library.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going after a Deem, so or lunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I've seen this before, right?
Yeah. Oh well, you have to.
Oh well, here we are.
Wasn't it fucked up?
It's raining. It let me skip, so I must have done this. I thought we were over this, but at least you don't reduce me to my species anymore. Likewise. Hey.
It's not calling you human.
You need to say like likewise.
Likewise.
You did already do this, but it's just that glitch from the first time.
What happened to you? Did you fall in a river? You're soaked. Why don't you come in?
He's invited.
Thanks. I was just about to ask you if I could stay for a while. This was actually my last delivery for the day, and I live on the other side of town.
You could just be like, oh, thanks for the food, and then she'll be like, oh, can I come in for a little bit? I'm really cold.
Oh!
Sorry, and you can like shut her.
Wow. Just wanted my food, thanks!
Oh no!
I'm not gonna invite the delivery guy in. I'm not... Fuck
She's
you.
a cute dragon.
Anyway, I was reading your lines, so the next line that comes up, it looks like we've seen this.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, no! No, I hit no!
Ah!
Shit!
You could probably hit that.
Not anymore.
Try the
That's weird.
keys.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, you know what?
Okay.
What? quit. We didn't save, so we're just gonna load.
No,
Sorry,
it's
not load.
start.
Damn it! I'm all over the place right now. I'm wired all of a sudden.
You had just a little bit of monster.
After just looking at the monster.
Yes, I want to skip ahead. You used the skip function 10 times, you skipper. Fuck off! You told me to do it! Fuck off! Alright, likewise, you're soaked, why don't you come in? Yes, I want to skip ahead. There we go.
Wait, what are you doing now?
Reset. No, if you want me to come over again. Yeah, okay. You do it. Sorry.
You know, if you want me to come over again, you don't have to order anything to do it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Here's my private number.
Shit. This
Call me
dials
Trevor.
your labia?
Oh.
How do you know about our labia?
I got a picture of it from a friend. In another timeline. I can't skip this.
Bye.
Bye.
That wasn't her voice at all.
Stop.
Well-deserved rest, I guess.
If you want to hang out with Sebastian, you can only hang out with Sebastian on the first night.
Oh.
It doesn't. It's just kind of. There's no reason to do it. Or not to
Sure,
do it.
fine.
Okay.
Sure. Since he dies, the
Yeah.
labia is on a paper. Drawn by me. I draw it all the time. Hey, Sebastian, this is CHRONO. Huh, he just hung up. Oh, you're still here?
I'm still on the clock, you know.
Huh, well, I'm glad you take my security so seriously.
Just doing my job, sir.
Oh, sir, don't call me sir. That's my dad's name. Call me Mr. Sir.
Oh my god.
Anyway, did you need anything?
It's pretty boring when I have to spend all day on my own. Don't really know anyone here yet, so I don't know where I could go or what I could do for fun. Even though I've done this 4 times.
Well, if it were easier, I could have shown you around town and given you a tour, but it's getting dark outside, and I think most places are closed by now. Let me think. Do you like being outdoors?
No. Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Oh, you die outdoors.
What? What was that?
What was that?
What do you think about camping?
That's right.
Shit, I used to go there as a kid. Good, now I can die as adults. You want to go camping right now?
Well, it might not be my best idea, but I'm not sure there's much else we could do at this time.
Would it even be okay for us to just go outside?
I was supposed to be guarding you, you know? Technically, I'm still on the clock, but camping would be so much more fun than you staying inside and me guarding your door, don't you think? Besides, I'm supposed to accompany you wherever you go. You're not our prisoner, so of course you're free to go wherever you want to.
I want to go home.
That's not possible.
Well, you can't. Sorry.
If you wanted to spend the night outside and experience the countryside, not only could I not stop you, but I'd be obligated to come with you.
Here's a question. And this just occurred to me. You know how the time is like parallel to where I left from? Since this is the first night, is it only one night past where I came from? Or is it like several weeks since I came from it several weeks ago, technically?
I think it's just one.
So I've actually reset the time in the future as well.
I think so.
So if I was to go back right now, it's only been like less than a day.
I'm assuming, yeah. I don't know. if
Okay,
you-
I'm sure that's not even going to come up. I'm just wondering if that's exactly how it works because I'm going back in time again, but it's supposed to be set to a. Anyway, that's
It's
just
different
I'm
'cause
I'm
it's
overthinking
time
something that
travel,
probably
not
doesn't even
just-
matter.
Travel.
So what do you say?
Well, I want to keep talking about this thing, but whatever. Sign me up.
What are you talking about? Sir, let me describe a few things.
No, don't grab there. Stop it. Stop it. What is this?
You like this candle?
This looks
Here
like
we are.
Oblivion.
This is tiki torches. Is this the White Power rally or something?
God.
A bunch of tiki torches?
I bought these before that happened, sorry.
I bought these before that happened. The tiki torches is like, we don't want them to be used for that. We're sorry. I'm surprised we even got the spot this late after what you told me.
A member of the police force and someone who is as important as you are. It's not really surprising. They probably regard it as an honor to be hosting us.
Was this like a beachside restaurant? So this is it? No tent or anything?
Oh, tent camping would have been a little bit more complicated to set up at the last minute.
Is there any other form of camping?
What you're seeing here is cave camping. Essentially, they run like hostels, but you sleep in caves like this one.
Oh, like Carl. Yeah.
What?
It's a cave.
Like Fry.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Pilkington
That's right.
slept in a cave. Anyway, well, at least we got some furnishing. Could use a few sleeping bags, though.
You wanted a comfy bed. You should have stayed in your room. This here is the real deal.
Well, I suppose there's sand.
Snuggle Sebastian for warmth.
So I'm supposed to just sleep on the ground? Sounds great.
Yep, just us and nature itself.
We even have some natural lighting in here. So much for the real deal.
We could just sit in the dark if you prefer that.
No, I think this'll do.
Have you ever gone camping before?
Not like this.
I see. You know, I was kind of nervous when I met you the first time.
I could tell.
It was quite a thing to hear that humans were going to visit our world, but when I met you and it turned out you were just like an ordinary person, that really threw me off.
Didn't you meet Reza before?
Actually, no. Everything about your visit is clouded in secrecy, so I didn't get to hear much about Reza from Maverick before I met you.
Even though there's only 4 people in the police force.
Hey, who told you
small-
that? Who told you that?
Who told you that? Who told you my terrible secret? I see. So you're one of those who expected me to act a certain way because I'm human?
Actually, that didn't have much to do with it. Any high-profile guest would have made me nervous, especially if I was in charge of keeping them safe. I also happen to be the newest guy on the force, so I didn't exactly want this to turn into a career ender right there. Ugh.
Oh boy, there's a
Only
lot.
If only I knew.
Jeez, you've been doing a great
Why'd I
job so
say
far. Don't.
Where's-
I've only got 1 week till retirement.
Oh, God.
After 1 week of working here.
Oh, boy.
We have a quick turnaround right here.
Yeah, it's like they say, don't die, and it's easy. The whole murder situation going, you should be careful that it doesn't end with more than just your career. Oh my god,
Okay.
that's ominous. Better hopes these walls aren't gonna cave in then. You're doing a great job so far, don't worry about it.
Thank you, I'll do my best.
It won't be good enough.
Hey.
I'm sure of it. How long you been on the force? They didn't assign the rookie to me, did they?
Because I'm the newest guy doesn't mean I'm a rookie. It's been a few years now.
Oh. I suppose that means you don't get many new recruits.
Not here, at the very least. This is just a small town, so we don't really need them all that often. I got lucky when I got this position, because I figured there'd be more competition from the locals.
Freaking Maverick.
Oh, I like Maverick.
Maverick's a Maverick.
Mm.
Locals? Don't you live here?
I live here now, but I actually grew up in a small farming village that mostly consisted of runners like me.
Alright, quick question, Sebastian. This is such a small town. Why are there such big buildings? Runners?
That's just what we call our species sometimes. You got pretty powerful legs.
I could see that. Are there many villages with...
Crush your head with.
Whoa.
could crush your head with my thighs.
Sounds hot.
You don't think I can do it? I'll do it right now.
I'll do it right now. There's a coconut. I'll clamp you left and right. Are there many villages where the inhabitants are mostly of the same species?
For sure, it's mostly smaller ones though, because the bigger they get, the more variety you'll find.
I see.
I only have my hometown to compare, but from what I've heard, there are other villages that are fairly similar. They can only survive like that if they lead much simpler lives or if they focus on a certain industry that species is good at.
So your species is good at farming.
Better than the earth dragons at least, even though they come in handy pulling the plows.
Whoa, whoa! Anyway, what?
That's very interesting.
That's interesting. Why did you decide to become a police officer?
I just wanted to see what's out there beyond our vegetable fields, and if whatever was there was like the stories I'd heard.
This is Dino Dash. You'd be playing
So
Sebastian.
Bryce is an earth dragon, right?
What now?
Bryce is an earth dragon, yeah?
I think so.
He plows pretty good, yeah?
I would. I can only assume. I wouldn't know
Yeah.
personally.
Would you not?
Is it?
Oh yes, it's been great. Just
Uh,
like breakfast was.
Now that you mention it, I don't really know much about this town either.
Well, would you like to know?
What can you tell me about the Reapers?
It's like Sebastian tackled him. Don't ever mention them again.
Don't ever mention the fucking Reapers to me again.
They can hear you. The land, well, I heard they have fertile soil. Not as fertile as my hometown, though.
I was talking about more if they have any sort of industry.
No, why would you ask?
Oh, no,
Oh, I
fuck
see.
you.
This town is actually quite unique because even though it's fairly small, it has its own production facility. With that, we basically have our own full production chain.
So a monopoly.
Yeah.
So your one factory is everyone's pride and joy here?
In a way, yes, it makes us fairly independent and keeps everything local.
What can you tell me about the people?
They're a friendly bunch for the most part. Of course, I also meet some unpleasant fellows in my line of work, but luckily those seem to be the minority.
Well, let's hope that you don't pick on too many minorities, if you know what I'm saying.
No!
He's like, there was also a bit of a culture shock when I initially came here with all the different species living here together. But my police training took care of that, as well as my gun.
Ah, well, you got a gun?
Sebastian.
Is it she?
Called these, and he just flexes his little
Flex.
stick arms.
Look at these guns! Ow, I sprained it. What is it like to work with Bryce? What's it like having so many suspicions on the force? Do you have
There's
any...
apparently a site called baddragon.com,
It's pretty cool.
quote unquote. Never heard of it. Must be new.
And they have coupon code, the Bryce is right. I don't understand. Have any special recommendations or secret I should know about this town? That's an interesting question. I don't even know where that would lead. What's it like to work with Bryce?
He kind of took me under his wing when I came here, and I've been working with him ever since. Pun not intended. Because he
Wait,
has wings.
He doesn't.
he
though.
doesn't. That's what I was gonna say. Objection. He doesn't have
It's a
wings.
dragon pun in
He
general.
kind of has a slight.
Bryce? Oh, I guess he has those like things, but they don't fly.
They're
They're
just like
Yeah, he can.
they're
flap 'em,
useless.
with lots of stringing.
They're like earlobes. Useless.
Yeah.
it's
Get rid of
armor.
them.
It's basically
Who
armor.
needs them?
Cut him off.
Cut him off. Who needs them?
Found it a bit weird that the big shot himself had to show the country bumpkin the ropes, though. I thought he saw it as a challenge or that he wanted to scare me away, but honestly, he's been great. Everyone here trusts him a lot.
Oh, I trust him with my ass. I mean, sorry, my life.
Whoa.
He's like, you fucking sick. He's
Sick.
judging you with those eyes. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What's it like having so many different species on the force?
Oh my, his eyes got all narrowed. Compared to my hometown, it's been quite an interesting change. On one hand, you get all kinds of different people with all kinds of different strengths, abilities, and background. That can make your work so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, it also creates all kind of new problems that I never would have expected. I won't forget the first time I had to follow a shoplifter who also happened to be a flyer.
Oh boy. Well, do you have any special recommendations or secrets I should know about this town?
Secrets? This town doesn't really have any secrets.
Okay, I believe you.
Not that I know of, at the very least.
Yeah, I believe that. Maybe you just don't belong to the inner circle yet.
What a thing.
The greater good.
I think as a member of the police force, I'd get to see everything there is to see. Either way, I don't think there's anything that special about our town. But hey, I'm not the only one who's been new here. What are your impressions? Good? Bad? Ugly?
Bad. Big hit so far. I haven't really even done anything so far, but I'll say it's been. It has been hectic. I'll say fun.
Fun? That's not something I'd expect you to say after we showed you a corpse on your first day.
Yeah, you know what?
Don't worry about it. Oh,
It's
there
been a
you
bit
go.
hectic.
Oh, that is understandable with everything that's been going on.
There we go.
No, I had some weird fucking...
Honestly, that's what I would have wanted, but I was just trying to get on his good side. Well, that was my honest answer.
He's like, good. Why would you ever say that?
Why would you ever say it's fun? Kind of forgot that we saw a corpse already.
Yeah.
I was confused at what point we're really at. I'm all backed up because we skipped over it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good thing most places were closed. I'm not sure I would have enjoyed any more sightseeing much.
I suppose you're just not a runner like I am. We don't mind staying on our feet. Because we're runners. And you run with your feet.
You run with your feet. Okay, I'm just
Do I
making
need
sure.
to draw you a diagram? Oh shit, fucking labias.
You must have learned to draw from what's his name?
Zong.
Zong.
That fucking guy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was a good idea by Bryce to take you to the crime scene, though. I know he's a hands-on guy, but that really was a bit much. Pun not intended again.
Wait a minute. What was the pun this time? The hands-on guy?
I guess. I'm not sure.
Sebastian, what is your...
I'm not
what is
really
your
sure what
damage?
the word pun means.
Pun not intended, because I really didn't intend a pun if there was one. I think hands-on was the pun, but is he like a sexual deviant and I didn't know?
This is all...
If you need my help, I'm glad to give it. Fostering goodwill and all that.
Well, at least you don't seem to be traumatized from the experience.
No, I've seen it several times, don't worry.
Anyway, how about some fun? How about some fun?
What kind of fun are you talking about?
I bought some playing cards, a staple for any camping trip.
Okay, what about marshmallows?
You stupid.
What are you stupid? What
We don't have those.
the fuck are
We don't have those
marshmallows?
anyways.
See, what are we playing?
Just a little game called Battlefield Breach. Ever heard of it?
No. Can't say I have.
We often play it in the break room to pass the time. It's good fun, though things can get quite heated sometimes.
Okay.
Let me go over the rules.
Sure. Oh my.
As you can see, each of us starts with all cards of a given suit in their hands. Your diamonds and I'll be hearts.
Okay. You've got my heart already. You stole these hearts, didn't you?
There's no like romance, so you can just like say it for fun or
You
just.
stole all these hearts, didn't you?
Haha, well, maybe I did. Anyways. Look at my hand.
Oh, cut that one. Sorry.
Shit. Another deck.
Another deck gone. Why do I always show people with that hand?
What you see in the center is the middle row, which is a line of shuffled cards from another suit.
Okay.
This way, each game is going to be unique since the middle row always changes between games. Now, this is how the game works. We will play around for each card in the middle row, starting with the one you see at the very left. During each round, we both decide which card to play and put it there face down, like this.
I think I already know where this is going. You have to sort
Once
of
we
bet
have-
on it.
Yeah, once we've both played a card, we flip them over. The highest card wins the round, and whoever played it gets a point.
Yeah, and you don't want to put all your cards at the very beginning because you want to sort of beat out their smaller cards or barely
Yeah.
beat them. Okay.
Clarify, 2 is the lowest and the king is the highest. The ace is a special card. It beats every face card, but will lose against any number card.
So it only beats 3, but they're high.
It's like a double shot.
Yeah,
or
okay.
whatever. Now, the card from the middle row also counts, so it's possible that neither of us will get the point for a round. If there is a tie, no clear winner between the 3 cards, or the middle row has the highest card, no player will get a point for that round. However, the next round will give the winner an extra point to make up for it.
Okay. I guess the only thing I'm curious about now is, do the middle cards have their own point values?
It's just...
Like, is 5 less than a king?
Yeah. At the end, the player with the most number of points wins the game.
Okay.
Did you get all that?
Yes, let's get started.
So this game is all about bluffing and mind games. We can always see what cards... The fuck, you interrupted me. I was fucking... What's going on?
Nothing, go on. That was weird.
All about bluffing and mind games.
Yeah, mind games, go on.
We can always see what cards have been played, so each of us knows exactly what the other player has left. Alright, are you ready?
Sure.
Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Take all the time you need to make your selection. Look at my purple eyes. 5 for the first card makes for an interesting start. You could try to surpass it and play something higher, but if I'm going to do the same, you don't know how high I would go to not only beat the 5, but your higher card as well.
Okay, so they do have point values. You want to beat the card in the middle, but also
Beat
beat the other player. Gotcha.
Alternatively, you can count on me trying to beat a higher card and play a low one instead, thus making me waste mine. What's it going to be, Chrono?
Well, I'll go ahead and choose a 9.
As you can see, I played a lowly 2 just to see what would happen.
Okay.
Getting to know your opponent and their tendencies is just as important as analyzing potential moves and strategies. The first point is yours, but now you'll have to ask yourself, was it worth it?
It was kind of middle of the road. Also, this kind of wouldn't work in real life because you'd have to do it at the same exact time. If you're able to see their entire hand at all times, you would have to draw from this giant line of cards at the same exact time.
Well, like they have it so you put it face down and then like you flip it over at the same time.
But
That's
you
what it was
see their
You
entire...
can't see his hand, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he said
Well,
he
it's like
could
it's
see
probably-
mine.
No, like, well, he can't see yours. It's just like, it's pretty much, you'll have him.
Okay,
to your
never mind
chest
then.
Or whatever. King presents us with an interesting conundrum, especially when getting him early, when most cards are still available. I'll let you figure this one out, though.
I mean, I could beat it with an ace, but then he could put down a number card to beat my ace.
Yep.
And take the king.
Yeah.
Do.
I don't know. Since it's an ace, it might just beat the king regardless, and then if they put a number, it wouldn't be beaten by the king. So it's like, do you want to just waste the ace to get a win, or if he picks
I'm gonna
ace
play it
also,
too.
then you...
Shit. I could have picked a very low card, but he got it.
Looks like a tie, of course.
Oh, 'cause
the
we
only
neither
card that
beat it.
beats a king. Yeah, the only card that beats a king is the ace, but playing it here would be a rookie mistake. It's definitely safer to play. It's definitely a safer play to just get rid of a low card here.
I guess I made a smart decision without knowing it.
Good job.
What is this Canadian Maple Leaf bullshit?
Why is it offending you?
I don't know. Oh, I guess with no tutorial now, we're just going.
Well, now it's you probably should have said that. Now it's going to be double the points.
Oh.
Because the middle
Oh,
part one-
yeah, he mentioned that. So now we're playing for both of these at the same time.
Yeah, we're playing for like 2 points.
Okay, then I'll play a little bit higher than usual. How about a queen? Okay, cool.
Your point.
Points. Yeah, there we go. The Maple Leafs. I'll let him have this one. Good. I didn't waste it.
Guess I should start playing seriously.
And I'm gonna let him have this one too. He's playing all his high cards.
Nice.
Ace gets beaten with a number, and he's already played his 10, but he hasn't played his 9, so I'll play my 10. It's going to beat the ace, and all he could do to beat this now would be a king,
Yeah.
but if he did that, he'd have no more face cards, so I'm going to do that. Oh, got him!
Nice.
Damn, you're better than I thought. Are you sure you haven't played this before?
Never in my life. So now I just got to beat... Yeah, he's wasted all of his hide cards except for his ace and king. Which means he'll either try to beat the jack with a king, or he'll try to beat it with an ace. What would happen if he played an ace here? Would I beat it, and it'd be a tie?
Probably.
Or would he win because he beat the...
I think he'd probably win because he beats the jack if he picks an ace for these next two.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play... I guess I'll play my ace now. Okay.
I guess not.
Oh, so it does tie.
Yeah. I guess
Okay.
so.
Well, I got my king, so I know I'm going to beat that, but an ace would beat my king, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And he still has that. So I'm going to play a low card. Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
To tie
it's
it up.
Still, Interesting.
And you know what I'm gonna do now?
And it still
I'm gonna
didn't even beat
guarantee win right now. Oh, or tie it again. He doesn't have a.
my.
Oh, this is a guaranteed win. Sorry, I'm gonna get all of these points.
Sorry. This is
There we go.
Darn.
Yeah, there we go.
That's like 3 in a row. Like,
Here we go. I've got higher cards than he does at this
yeah,
point.
this game's pretty much over.
I'll play my low card. And it still beats him. And here we go.
Nice.
Done. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, that's it. You're fucking cheating.
Better than I thought it'd be. That is an interesting game, though.
yeah.
It's a lot. It is mind games.
Seems like you won fair and square. Of course I went easy on you. You know that, right?
No, you didn't. You fucked up, and I played you like a fiddle. Yeah, sure.
Like a hard fiddle.
Like a darn fiddle. Yeah, I won it. You are a winner.
You are a winner. I'll just put these away.
And never tell
Throw them
anybody
in the
about
fire?
this. I'll take this with me to the grave.
If you tell anyone,
No rematch?
maybe some other time. It's getting kind of late now.
Yeah, well, I got a suggestion for you. You should get some better cards there, you.
Oh my god.
If you say so.
Hey, maybe next time you could teach me a human card game.
I know
Oh
one.
my god, don't even get me
Don't
started.
even get me started. Now I'm started. Sure.
Maybe we should get some sleep now. I imagine it'll be just as busy tomorrow as it was today. So let's not forget I have to get up early to report about all this.
I'm sure these guys would love Rex Raptor and Kaiba because of their dinosaur and dragon decks.
Yeah.
Don't leave out the part where I totally won.
You wish.
I totally won though. I saved before, but it probably wouldn't even let me load it, to be honest.
Like, so, how do you like your bed of rocks?
I slept on a fucking rock. It's pretty cold. It's alright.
Well then, have a good night.
Good night, Sebastian. It's like a snake in cards. Oh! Hope! I hope I draw another labia.
Please give me the strength to draw one. Just one more before I die.
That was fun. I'm glad we didn't skip that at the very least.
Cool.
I wasn't expecting a mini game. Looks like you've seen this before. Yes. Here we go. Oh, it doesn't matter what I do here, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you can just pick whatever one's...
Let's go to the grocery store. Check out the labia dude again. I can't fill it like this? Yeah, okay.
Hello there, CHRONO. How can I help you?
You know who I am?
Yeah, excuse me.
Wait a minute,
You
leave.
just... Yeah, or you can, like, ask real quick or do whatever. Because then you can... Or actually, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll skip. Just browsing for now. Look at the bread. There's the OC. There's the meat. Healthy meat aisle.
Arm condom.
Gotcha. And I'll go to, I guess, the production facility. Yeah, this guy. Has Razor been here recently? I guess we've seen all this. It's letting me
Yeah.
skip.
Yeah, you saw it on the first time you played.
Guess I want to skip ahead. All right, so Aideen,
Yeah.
back to our bone
Like,
route, and we've definitely should be the right address. Looks like you've seen this.
Yeah.
Skip ahead a bit.
So
Thank
the
you.
little fortune card things.
Yeah, totally nailed that section.
By the way,
Pay a visit myself if I could. I could try. Reading, I guess.
Yeah, you can just do that.
Joo.
Ah,
Hey,
oh,
Bryce.
Yeah, it's
I don't know. She's dead. Looks like you've seen this before. Why would it even let me skip? Okay. Visit this.
This is just the you've pretty much done all these, so it's just
Yeah. Sure, I'll help you. Give me the ice cream. Stay inside. Call the police. All right. Now I can visit the police archives again.
It'll just be like, oh, I already did that.
When I arrived at the station, I was met by the police archivist, a dragoness, who introduced herself as Kalenth.
This is different.
Is this another OC?
I think so. I haven't actually. I think I only saw this once because I don't remember this.
Okay.
Chrono, Bryce compiled all the case files a while ago. Ever since you came to our world, he seems to be a lot more interested in these human mysteries.
Oh, boy.
I wonder if it has something to do with you. I'm kind of transparent. Anyways, you can find the files here. I'll leave the rest to you.
Wait, what?
Is she coming? Can't tell.
I think it's the pattern on this text box that makes her look like
Yeah.
like
It's
you
also
can.
kind of like the quality's a little lower on the
Yeah.
Discord share screen. So
I've got it at
it's kinda
480, so I don't like mess up the stream. But I can see what you might think. The tablecloth looks like it has the scale because of the
Yeah.
text box, and she has the same thing, so it kind of looks like the tablecloth is to her. Anyway, I'll leave the rest to you. Bye. Bye. Play a prank.
Actually, yeah, you haven't done this, so you can read these.
Okay, study the blueprint of the underground building near the portal. That's a very important thing to me, I think.
Yeah, do it.
Let's do that. Study the blueprint.
I think it's actually important for Edine's playthrough, I think.
Okay. Oh, because she was wanting the blueprint, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Blueprint of the building caught my attention. Apparently it had been found during the cursory investigation within the building itself. At first glance, nothing about it stood out to me, but the more I studied it, the more facts revealed themselves. Both of its entrances were free and accessible by the people in charge. One was through a tunnel in the vicinity of the portal, and the other through a dig that cut through the town's sewer system. Bryce had scrawled a note near the second entry. It simply said, "Access V hatch, button counterclockwise, quarter circle forward."
Oh, you did that. Remember
Yeah,
by
that was where the
accident in part?
bloody bandage was.
Yeah, you accidentally did a puzzle your very, very first stream.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do. I think it's in Tatsu Park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like the okay.
You did like by accident.
I forgot about that. Furthermore, the data in the corner of the blueprint lists the structure as an independent living and research unit dated back to the year 2047. Most interestingly, I recognized the name of the company that was listed. They were a well-established super company before the world's collapse, known for their advances in scientific fields and otherwise through the use of legal loopholes and gray markets. They were very successful at what they did. Their facilities subverted laws and ethical issues by being in areas that were such concerns were non-existent or could be made non-existent by paying off the right individual. Shady company.
Yeah.
Naturally, the products and applications of their research was usually fair game to be used and sold worldwide. There were only one of the companies involved in championing the teleportation technology that was about to take off on a grand scale before the solar flare changed everything. Of course, there were public worries regarding the untested long-term consequences of utilizing black holes technology. I mean, for good reason, I guess. It was outlawed in certain countries due to these concerns, but lobbies and private sector drove many of them to accept the tech in light of the boundless advantages offered. They were also big in medical security and weaponry fields. Their vast knowledge and close cooperation of the individual departments enabled them to make many breakthroughs. It seemed like they could do anything they set out to do. Anyway, the nanomachines... Nanomachines became commonplace before the fall were, of course, also their product. No one
This
was
takes place in Metal Gear Solid's universe.
yeah,
By the way.
nanomachines, son.
God.
Make America great again. No one was surprised. Yeah, was surprised that tech failed under the radiation of the ion storm. Had the company behind it been more concerned about safety rather than profits, perhaps fewer lives would have been lost. Can you turn the AC down a little bit?
Yeah, it is kind of warm in here.
Yeah. I'll read out loud. Even though they weren't perfect, nanomachines have still increased the quality of life for many people.
Like, by the way, 18 died while you were gone.
It was, oh, 18, you're dead. That's weird. It was a new way of treating medical conditions, some of which had been previously untreatable. They were widely used for their performance-enhancing properties for both day-to-day activities and to assist with dangerous jobs. Okay, now they're talking about nanomachines, man.
Yeah. It's like, no.
God, text dump. Beyond that, the company had even branched into genetic engineering. Human hereditary diseases were becoming a thing of the past as they developed techniques to alter human life to its core. The cure for baldness. Male pattern baldness.
Bonitis.
Bonitis. My only regret is having dragonitis. Ultimately, they had a hand in influencing every area of life on a global scale. It was unknown who was truly calling the shots as their network of companies and names was vast. This might as well be from a Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's all...
They got, like, I'm sure the writer for this was inspired by, like, a bunch of different things.
I'm sure. It was only one of their many ways to ensure their continued existence and avoid liability. It's funny that it's in a dragon game.
Yeah.
Where they'd been outlawed or their operations shut down, new companies were with suspiciously similar products appeared practically overnight. Copycat company. However, no matter how big their empire was and how well they skirted the lines, they ultimately collapsed, just like the rest of the world. That being said, how did this building make its way into the dragon's world? You know, that could have been
guess I
chopped
don't
down a
remember.
little bit. Unless all of that is important, that could have been spliced down to maybe 2 paragraphs.
It's kind of important.
Okay. Okay, then.
Not, like, incredibly, but, I don't know. It's
All
just-
right. I mean, if we run into the head of the company, he's like, it was me the whole time! The head of
you? I'm the dragon fucker.
Gene Corp! Nanomachines and others things. A million years.
Anyway.
As I pondered this, Adine's request came to mind. I used Bryce's machine to make a copy of the map for her. Bryce probably wouldn't approve of me giving evidence to civilians, but I was sure he would never even realize it. You acquired a map. For now.
There we go.
Oh.
Yep, that's... you-
Oh,
I think you just got the thing for the good ending.
cool.
Yay.
Good thing. I went to the archives the second
Yeah,
time.
You could have
Yeah. So
not
like, oh, there
done
you
that.
go.
Wow. All right, well, good. Read the structural damage report of the under... play a prank. Let's not do that just yet.
This might be important too, but I don't know. You can just kind of...
Okay, I'll glaze over it. According to the report, investigation building halted. Collapse surrounding water would cause historical technological value, water pockets, legal permissions. Stable as long as it remained undisturbed. No one's allowed to enter. Guard patrols it day and night.
Okay. That wasn't that long.
Oh, look at the time. I better wrap it up here.
No pranks were made.
Yeah, that would have been a waste of time. That blueprint was the most important thing there. Whew, it's getting late. I better head to the police station now. Even though I was just there. I came back just to go like, all right, time to head back.
Pretty much.
Do I have everything? All right, let's see what Sebastian will say to this.
There we go.
Is this skippable?
Let's see if it's skippable. What you learned about the map is fascinating, if not a little unsettling. Sorry, that's you.
Oh, yeah. What you've learned from the map is fascinating, if not a little unsettling. Well, it's good to have confirmed its origin.
Is there an echo?
Know that... Hello? Did I just hear myself say that? Anyways,
Hello,
to know that
Dad?
It came from your world or something else. I've been doing a lot of weird shit's been happening. Seeing my own death a lot. Scared, Chrono.
I'm having
Scared.
dreams.
Oh no.
Did you check the mail?
Oh,
I forgot about it too. Don't worry about it. We'll check it tomorrow.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
It raises more questions than it answers. How could something like a whole building end up in our world? It's a mystery that needs to be answered.
It's weird. It's crazy.
Not bad, Chrono. Not bad at all. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Okay. Bye. Adine again. This is the beach, yeah? I think so. Wait,
Yeah.
you did? Is it me? Oh, wait, this is the,
It's like, oh, guess who won the thing, or guess who did the
You
thing
did?
thing.
Here we go. Looks like you've seen this before. She sprains her wing. Let's help her fix it. Right here, I think.
Yeah,
This is actually within recent memory, so...
yeah. And it's like,
What do you know? Oh, I totally forgot I still have a copy of that map for her. Should I give her the map?
Yes.
Nah.
let's go towards her bad ending.
But yeah, let's just get a bad ending for no reason. And waste everybody's time. By the way, I have something for you.
Really, what would that be?
Ta-da!
Is that what I think it is?
You're correct. It was copy paper that was also blue. Could you believe it? I mean, the blueprint was actually blue, and the
Is that
paper.
a labia?
What do you know?
Oh my
It's been everywhere.
Everything. Yeah, he made this blueprint. He's behind it all. Labia Corp. It makes sense now. That's the name of the
Lab
company.
Corp.
It's not LabCorp. It's Labia Corp.
Damn it.
The polices are all coming together. If you think it's a map of the underground building, then yes, it is a labia.
Wow, I really didn't expect that.
I don't think you would have.
How'd you get it?
I stole it. I mean, let's just say I had a chance to inspect it alone. There was no one between me and the copier to stop me.
That's amazing. You know people could get in big trouble for this, right?
No? Shit. Give that back.
I need to put that back.
Well, it's yours now. Do it whatever you want.
I guess I will.
I have to warn you, though.
What about?
You might have heard about the water pockets surrounding the building. Any kind of disturbance could be fatal for any prospective explorers.
I heard about that. Is it really as bad as they say?
Yes, it is. So don't fuck around. I'd be careful if I were you. Or at least wait until they've taken care of the water pockets so there's no danger if you decide to pay it a visit.
Alright, it'll be a while until I get a chance to visit anyway. All my free time right now will go towards practicing for the competition.
Good, I see.
Now, would you have said that to her had you not, like, read about that second thing? Because that was the one talking about the water pocket.
I wonder. I wonder if I'd played a prank instead of getting valuable information. Maybe she would have died in a water accident.
Boy.
Anyway,
Well, thanks for the help with the bandage. And sorry about cutting practice short today. I guess you didn't get to see any proper aerobatics after all.
I saw this. Okay.
Maybe talk to
Bye.
Katsu.
Katsuharu. Yeah, I guess so. Fuck it.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Do you want some ice cream?
Hey, hello there. Who are you? Who are you? There you are. I wasn't sure if I was going to find you from the description you gave me. Well, this corner is where I do business. You could have asked anyone and they would have told you where to find me. I see. Oh, I regret this. Now, what would you like for your ice cream? Well, what do you have to offer? Huh! I mean, what do I have to offer? He's having PTSD flashbacks. Are you okay? As for the main dish, I have ice cream, gelato, frozen yogurt. Wait a minute, is that actually how it's spelled? Am I crazy?
Maybe.
I thought the H was after the yogurt. Look that up. I'm just gonna move on. Yogurt, frozen custard, soft serve. Wow, really soft serve. Sorbet, sandwiches, popsicles, melorine, sherbet, cold taffy, snow cones, and halo. All right.
No, it's that's how you spell it in English from outside North America.
Oh god damn it! It's like color
Yeah.
instead of color.
Lure.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yogurt
hell.
without the H is preferred in American and Canadian English.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't even have the H. All right. I just visualized it. Okay.
Yeah.
For sides, I can offer you waffles, sticks, pretzels, cups, wafer cones, cake cones, sugar cones, chocolate coated cones, double cones, and vanilla cones. Chocolate daddies. I mean, what? Who are you? It's a lot. It's a lot of variety you have there. Smart, wise guy. Think I can't handle it all, huh?
I want to try this dragon's ice cream now. He's so enthusiastic.
And I haven't even started on the toppings. I want you. Now you know why I have to keep dragging this big cart everywhere. Excuse me.
Hello.
I'm sorry, but we're closed. You don't look closed. But we are. I really want to buy an ice cream though, please. It's really hot and I'll pay you twice as much. Sorry, we're closed. Can you at least tell me when you're going to be open? When I feel like it. Now, off you go.
What a dick.
But Katsuharu waved a claw dismissively. Alright, get the fuck out of here! Off you go! I'm trying to seduce this young stud.
Oh god.
Sheesh, whatever. I'll just go and jump into a lake or something. Bye!
Hey, Chrono, bye.
Why did you come here when you're closed? This is just my spot. It has been for a long time. I'll open for these pesky customers later, but right now, I have a guest to entertain. I see. Are you okay?
Yes.
How long have you been there? I've been in business for over 40 years now. Oh, wow. You see, I'm this town's only real ice cream vendor. Sure, you can just go into a store and buy any pre-made ice cream nowadays, but it's just not the same. It's missing the secret ingredient.
Oh.
Love! And only love. Nothing else. Don't look in your fridge. My customers know that. They love my ice cream. Of course, I don't just sell it. I also do ice cream parties and catering. Hint, hint. Ice cream parties? Only for very special occasions. The townsfolk must really like your ice cream, then. Oh, yes. Oh, shit, he's having a stroke.
That should not come.
I'm leaving now. Business has been wonderful for decades. Lately, though, everything just seems to be going down. For some reason, they want to buy ice cream, and I just don't sell it to them for some reason. Yeah, why is that?
Closed when I'm open.
Every day, less customers find their way to me. If I don't sell everything, things start to spoil, and I have to throw them away. I've never had to do that before. If it keeps going like this for much longer, I might have to face the reality of bankruptcy. I was planning to retire in a few years, but I can't. Not like this. It's like there's not enough dragons to buy things. Are people dying?
What's happening?
Who are you? You don't look like a dragon. I should give you some ice cream. It wouldn't be nearly as bad if I hadn't also lost my savings recently. Oh no! Oh no! What happened? What happened? Well, I happen to be an avid player of a game called Mahjong. Of course you are, you Chinese dragon motherfucker. And just what is that supposed to be? Chinese! Never liked them. And just as it so happens, some people play it for money too.
Oh my god.
Jesus, you just became a lot less likable.
I'm gonna back away slowly.
You lost all of your life savings by gambling?
Oh boy.
That's the funny thing about gambling. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Ah!
Oh lord.
Sometimes you win big! Sometimes you lose all your savings!
Everyone's like looking at him. He's just like,
It's just how it
I
goes!
think people are not buying your ice cream because you're crazy.
I see. How did you decide to become an ice cream vendor? I have quite a history, human, so I'd hope you're prepared.
God.
Well, I'm an ambassador, so if you have a story to tell, I'll listen. As you wish. Oh, no! God! Alright. I have very fond memories of my childhood. When I was little, we had a confectioner in town who offered all kinds of specialties from cookies to sweets and cakes and chocolates. The owner was very kind, old dragoness who made everything that was sold in her shop with her own 2 claws. I almost didn't know how to read that. Her confectionery was always very good, but it was her ice cream that was truly exceptional. Even as a small child, I could always taste the difference. Even when my peers didn't care and proclaimed one ice cream as good as the next, they didn't fucking know. As I grew up, I came to a fundamental understanding about people. There are those who are content with the lowest common denominator, and those like me who could appreciate the finer details in expertly crafted
have you heard
things.
of a show called Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty.
Oh no.
You'd need to be fair. You have to have a high IQ to understand it. So I wouldn't. It's not. Oh my God! So much text. Here we go. I talked with her when I heard her plans to retire to see if someone else was to continue running shop, or if she had taken in an apprentice. But to my utter dismay, I learned that this was not the case. You see, she was a kind of a humble person who didn't think of herself as her wares as special in any way. She never felt the need to preserve them. Sorry. I realized without my intervention, her art would be lost forever. I begged and pleaded with her not to let this happen, but she insisted that I had vastly overestimated her skill. It was not until I ran out and bought her some of the store-bought pulp they dared to call ice cream. Probably made by the Chinese. And she gave
Fucking.
she gave in and agreed to me. Who are you? As a creator, she of course had
Continue the story, Grandpa.
oh, of course, had never felt the need to buy some for herself when she could just make her own. And after only eating her own wonderful ice cream for all these years, it had just become ordinary for her. She'd never realized how exceptional it truly was. Even though she was already at retirement age at the time, she took me in as an apprentice to teach me the fine art of confectionery, just to show up all those shitheads making bad ice cream. I was her student for a few years and learned the basics of many different recipes, but unfortunately she passed away before I could learn the secrets of a particular blend of ice cream.
Oh no.
You wouldn't happen to have a vial in your fridge, would you?
That was the last of
It was the last thing. You didn't drink it, did you? I might have to use you instead.
Oh God.
For the next couple of years, I travel from city to city,
Takes a little low.
trying to, it takes some work to get to, but you'll get to it eventually.
Oh my God.
You just work it a little bit.
Alright.
Trying to find the relatives or confectioners or similar caliber. You know, what are we talking about? To find the last ingredients of a recipe. Going from one disappointment to the next. My sons. I finally tracked down a distant nephew who remembered her from his own childhood. Even back then, her ice cream had apparently been very popular in the family. He was very happy to hear that she was able to fulfill her
She
dream.
had died.
She's very happy to hear she's dead. However, after he told me that the recipe was a confectioner's own, and that she had never divulged it to anyone else, I had to realize that this secret she had apparently taken with her to the grave. So I had to dig her up. Nowadays, people say that that's crazy, but I did it anyway. I needed to know about the ice cream.
Oh God.
I questioned her corpse for hours.
Nowadays, people tell me I've surpassed her, but what they don't know is that all the different recipes I use, all the varieties I offer, came to be when I tried to recreate her recipe. I never succeeded. Anywho, that's how I dug up a corpse. Just look at the number of different ice creams I sell. People tell me how impressive that is and how they're all wonderful. You should probably just, if you're having trouble money, just weed that down to the most popular ones, and people will buy. You won't be in money trouble. You don't have like 50 flavors when
Maybe
people are
don't deny
buying.
your customer.
Yeah, or don't turn them away and make them jump in a fucking lake.
Yeah. When they offer to pay you double.
Yeah, double.
Yeah.
I'll give you all the money in the world. Fuck you! They think it makes me better than her, but she only ever sold a single flavor, a single variety. She never needed anything else because that one flavor was perfect. I can only ascribe my own success to what I learned from her, and did the exact opposite, and made a billion flavors. Of course, this corner is not the only place where I sell the ice cream. I also have spots in the surrounding villages, but even out there I could slowly see the influence of the cities taking over. Trouble is, nowadays people don't appreciate the art anymore. They only care for what they can eat, and not about what they eat. Okay, it's quantity over quality sort of thing. Okay. They're too quick to settle for what they can get for the local markets. Ugly, mass manufactured pulp. You know, some of those companies have approached me before. They wanted to buy my recipes, but I won't let them ruin what I've been making it cheap and easy to produce like the stuff they sell. That shit. My ice cream is only what it is because I still make it with my own two hands. These. My special hands.
Ones that I dug up the grave with.
The dirt
I
is
haven't
the
washed them in the 40 years.
the dirt is the secret recipe. I admit it. This is the way it's been, and it's always gonna be. Oh, you mentioned you were planning to retire in a few years. What's gonna happen then? Do you have any students who will take over the business afterwards? The dragon gave a big sigh. I wish. I've had a few students who wanted to learn the art, but they all gave up sooner or later. Why is that? Why is that?
Is it?
Why is that? Why is that? I may be very forgiving, but the recipes aren't. Some steps require manual labor, and people don't expect the harsh conditions that come with a job. Many apply only because they know how successful I am, or how much I sell on a hot day, but they don't see all the work that goes on behind the scenes. I see the same influence of the cities corrupting the youth of today. They're lazy and seek instant gratification, wanting to make the recipes easier and cut corners, but I won't stand to compromise on quality. If there's one willing to learn, appreciate, and preserve the art, it will tell me there's no desire for my ice cream in this world anymore. Let them have their cheap stuff if that's all they want. I'd rather take my recipes to the grave than let the big companies have them. I have a grandson who may be my last hope. Unlike others, he was only interested not in eating the ice cream. Always interested not only in eating the ice cream, but also in learning what it took to make it. In a year or two, he'll be old enough to become my apprentice if he so desires. I'm not sure if his interest will still be present, but even if it is, I don't know if he'll be able to brave the hardships that come with it, but I have hope. However, let's talk for the future. I have much more pressing problems right now. Like what? The ice cream is melting, son! Shit!
Oh God, I would tell you.
It's everywhere! You've ruined me! I'll never forgive you. Bryce is back. He's like, I'm back! I'm gonna lick up all of it!
You can't stop me.
You get away, you vulture! You leave! Jump on the lake. You see, this area used to be the popular spot for people to meet each other, but ever since Tatsu Park opened, it's not worth it to come to my corner anymore. The store is closer now. Go to Tatsu Park
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
with your wagon that's mobile and on wheels and not glued to the ground. Bah!
What?
Who would do that? Who would move? Maybe you shouldn't count on people seeking you out. You should try coming to the people instead. That's what a cart is usually for, right? Have you tried moving it somewhere else? Oh, wise guy, eh? Moving? Me? Well,
He said he's.
that's what the wheels are for, right? This is me.
Yeah.
But this has been my spot for the last 40 years. It's always worked out great for me.
Well,
Times
Okay,
are
stay
a
here
changing.
oh my. This.
Then
only
die.
is making me-
Come closer if you want me to heal you. No, then die.
Die.
Considering it's not working out so great now, maybe it's time for a change. Dragon raised a claw to his chin. The expression telling me he was deep in thought. Who are you?
Who am I?
Who? Why? I guess I don't really have anything to lose at this point. What do you propose?
Go to Tatsu Park. I could have sworn he said he used to like go in other parts of the town.
He went to other towns, other villages.
Ay, ay, ay.
Like the borders and stuff.
I literally suggested this. I'm not sure how I let you convince me to come here when this place that stole all my customers from me. It's a park, dude. It's not a business.
Oh my god.
Fucking. What is all? There's
all Dragon
skyscrapers, dude. This is a small town. You serious? Anyway,
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think that's the right way to look at it. Ignore the background. The world is ever changing, and you can't stop that. You have to find ways to deal with it, or else you'll be left behind in the past. Like if a meteor wipes out your entire race, and everybody forgets about you.
Huh?
Huh? It's too easy to just blame the change and be done with it. You shouldn't really be so quick to give up, you know? All my customers know that the other corner is my spot. How are they ever going to find me here? I think the people who will buy some ice cream will spread the word. You think so? It's summer. I'm sure there are tons of people who'd like to buy an ice cream right now. I mean, you guys are heat resistant or no? You guys apparently get hot in the sun. That doesn't sound very dinosaur or dragon-like. Either way. Well, if you think you can sell ice cream better than me, then please go right ahead, you little bitch. What do you usually do? What do you mean? Well, it's what's your usual sales tactic? I don't need to do anything special. People always used to come to me. During my best times, they'd wait for my arrival in lines, and I'd be sold out in minutes. See, that may have worked before, but these times call for different measures, I think. Well, I'm leaving. We set up the cart at one of the busier corners. Once it was ready, we only needed to get the word out. Ice cream! Ice cream! Ice cream bar! Well, no, catch her here, touch a pie. Get some wild surprise last.
So why are you talking like
What's
that?
wrong with you? Who are you? Didn't take much.
Stop yelling.
Huh? Who are you? Didn't take much for the people of the vicinity to take notice. Who are those people? First customers arrived quickly, of course. Everyone recognized Katsuhiro and loved his ice cream, but they also commended him on his new location. This new location. Others, however, were attracted by me. I had the charisma of a human, after all. A human. that was generally under police protection, openly selling ice cream. Gave people plenty of excuses to come over for a short chat. I almost read snort chat. That didn't even make sense. Soon, people were flocking to the cart as word got around of the human selling Katsuharu's legendary ice cream in Tatsu Park. You be.
Could I get one of those, please?
Oh, is she an artist? She's got colored pencils and art brushes down there.
Yes.
Is there a?
I got a mohawk.
There we go. You can see it. And a mohawk spikes. You get nothing and you'll like it. Of course. One ice cream for my favorite art student. With different colored eyes, I see. How original you are. Anyway,
You must be an original character.
you must be an old original character named... I've seen you around. Besides, your accessories kind of gave it away.
Oh, okay.
Gray. Good name. For a gray dragon. Anyway. Bye. Hey.
I need some ice. My colleagues are dehydrated from working in the heat.
Well, how many cups would you like?
Let's make it 10.
Fuck you! You'll get 10! Oh. Alright, here you go. 10 cups plus...
I like your hat.
Oh, yes, it is very nice. Is it hard? My glasses aren't what they used to be. Just for you.
Thank you. I'll make it. I'll make it count.
Hey, yo, bada bing. Hey, yo, boys, I got 10 ice cream cups right here, boy.
Thanks.
Business was booming, but it wasn't until a certain person showed up that things were about to get serious. Uh-oh.
Well, this is interesting. This is illegal, you know. What do you think you're doing here? It looks like you're selling ice cream. And since I personally know Katsuharu, I know that it's exquisite ice cream at that.
Not a bad guess.
How dare you talk to me? I don't want to tell you what to do, but if the trade commissioner finds out about this, I won't hear the end of it. He'll probably be blathering about unfair competition and abuse of your status.
Oh.
Bitch, please. I'm not under any sort of, like, agreements.
Oh, it's to you.
I wouldn't mind his complaints, you know, but since I am in charge of your visit, it's all going to come back to me. And he's going to want an explanation.
I just wanted to help Katsuharu, that's all.
Help him? Is he in trouble?
Yeah.
Alas, the human speaks the truth. Ever since the opening of Tatsu Park, my business has been plagued by drought and become forsaken like a desert.
Well, it's not hard to see why, when you kept staying at your old spot on the other side of town, like some fucking old idiot.
It was CHRONO's idea for it to come here.
And it was a good one. You don't look like you're having much trouble here at all, my friend.
Yes, I will have to admit defeat on that front, but in hindsight, all successful ideas look like good ones.
My friend, how come you never told me about any of this? I could have arranged something for you.
Well, now who's being unfair? Using your status. I was sure you had more troubling issues yourself than taking care of a businessman who should be able to take care of himself.
Well, I won't stand for this town's only ice cream vendor going out of business. With this new location, I don't think you'll have any more trouble, but in order to resolve this little situation here right now, I think I have to go with a different solution.
Also, isn't it only unfair competition if there's another thing selling something very similar? Otherwise, his competitors are just selling different shit.
So he's just a monopoly then.
You want to sell some ice cream, Chrono? Then I'll just have to buy the rest of your inventory.
Oh shit.
Like, oh god.
Starts breathing fire right on her. Mister must be very hungry then, or very hot. Maybe both. Who are you?
I'm sure the other employees in my building will appreciate a little something to combat the heat. Would you mind if I borrowed this cart for a while? Otherwise, I'm not sure how I would go about transporting it all safely.
Not at all.
I've been screaming this whole time.
Just let me know when I can retrieve it.
Of course. Bye. Bye.
Well, that was interesting.
Can't move my tongue.
This gonna turn. It's hardly gonna turn out better for me. I can hardly feel the excitement of my glory days returning to the old bones of mine. Oh, my bones. There they go.
See, I only broke one ankle.
Only one ankle. Oh, make it two. It sounds like you two know each other. Yeah, indeed. I've served her ice cream since the beginning of my career, if you know what I'm saying. Talk about a long-time customer. And a good one, too, I know. She not only has enjoyed my ice cream out of tradition or necessity, but also due an appreciation of the finer arts. She's a connoisseur like me. And she bought the whole inventory. Yes, but don't just see her as a big spender. She is a true passion of the arts. Do you like her? How dare you say something like that about her? She's a muse, an inspiration. Her lifestyle embodies the philosophy of my art. And you ask if I like her? Ha! I see how it is. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you for the help. Again, there's no need for that. I'd offer you some more ice cream, but I'm afraid we're all out for the day. Actually, I didn't even have one earlier. What? Yeah, that customer you didn't want to serve interrupted us. Now Ember took the rest with her. Who are you? Oh, you're right. What a great shame. You sold all my stock, yet didn't have a chance to indulge in the luxury yourself. It's no big deal.
Well, I guess I'll never know.
Yeah. You know, you could come by next time when I'm in town again. Now that you have saved my business, I'd let you eat all the ice cream you want. Thanks. Well, maybe not all of it, or else I might go bankrupt again. Yeah, saved his business.
He was not happy about it, though.
Yeah.
He still has, like, this sad expression.
It's because he doesn't want me to make him go out of business.
Passion. And intuition.
That's a new one.
And loss. All three of them.
Wow, that's weird. Skip ahead. Let's say Bryce. Wait, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not have Bryce die.
Actually, go up. There's just like you can read what he said last time.
Oh.
Or read what he said. Or up. Yeah, I'll be on guard duty.
I'll be able to have it
Since you
so
know,
I'll be able to see a thing.
Since you know what happens when he goes on guard duty.
Why don't you just watch it regardless? You suggesting I abandon my post during the fireworks? Oh, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm reading it for you. No, you don't have to abandon your post, but if you pick a good spot and watch them for like half an hour or so, no one's gonna care.
I'm not so sure about that. The guard post is pretty important.
I know we're talking about the portal, but you don't need to take this so seriously all the time. Just think about it. The portal's broken right now anyway, and everybody will be busy watching the fireworks.
Just have fun.
Nothing is going to happen.
I suppose you have a point.
I do. Just pick a good spot, and no one's gonna even notice you're gone. Except for me. I'll notice.
Well, if you say so. Anyways, I should get back to the investigation now.
Holy shit.
The stuff for you here. And I'll take care of the rest once I get back, alright?
We actually fucking saved Sebastian? How come? Because we actually hung out with him?
Sure thing. Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh
That
my
might be
gosh.
it.
Well, I'll have to take this route like on the next few routes anyway. I'll remember to do these things.
Good luck, Chrono.
Except for that card game. I think it'll just skip over it though.
Yeah, I think you can just skip it, I assume.
You too.
Or you could just say no. The card game will be like, oh, okay. Good night.
Let's see here. Are these important here? I'm not sure.
PDA, probably not. Witness,
Hatchery,
probably
you'll
not.
see Adine.
Bandage.
Hatchery? Yeah, let's go to Adine.
Yeah.
Just, I
Yeah,
don't think it
probably.
really matters.
Oh, this guy. Let's invite him this
Kevin.
time.
Okay.
Why don't you come over to my place later? I'd love to hear more about what college is all about in this world.
Then you found the right person for the job, dork.
I can't promise anything right now, but maybe I'll see you another time.
For sure, I also have to finish this up here, but after that, I'm free.
Okay.
Alright, I'll let you know.
I'm here all day today tomorrow, so it shouldn't be hard to find me.
It's not a sexual invitation.
I'm the
Cool.
dork.
Great, I have to get going now, but I'll be sure to let you know if anything's up.
Like my dick. Sure, see ya.
Okay, well, it's new, I guess.
Hey, Chrono, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just came by to drop these off.
Drop what off?
Stolen eggs. I can't skip this for some
I was
reason.
about to go... No, it's probably different now that you know her.
Okay.
I was actually gonna get them from the police department later. I'm so
Uh-huh.
glad that they got back safely. At least I'm chewing my leg.
It's tasty.
It's okay. Oh well. Anyway, I was about to go inside, so I'll take those off your hands. Thanks for bringing them here.
No problem.
I wasn't sure if it'd be a little different, but
Yeah,
I
you
guess
think.
like, oh, this is Chrono. I'm like, go. Yes, you can take the bandage, I guess.
Yeah. I'll do that.
This is just Damien. There you go. Now you're done.
Oh.
Backstory.
So he's still alive? She?
Yeah.
Okay. Strange. Since they died and didn't go back in time. I
Well,
guess
you
it-
went back in time, so this is a timeline where they're still alive.
But
Well,
they
you went
they
to,
said
like-
that they had to keep going back to save us from certain things.
Yeah, I
Each
think
time.
they. Well, it'll explain more of that later.
I hope so. I do not like loose ends in these time travel things.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it ties together, but I mean. I don't know,
Okay,
you're
if
more
there
like-
are any things,
You're more
I'll
like, wait a second, they said this 2 minutes ago, but this is clearly. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
yeah, I'll point them out if I see them. Let's meet with Adine.
So this one I think's new.
That must be her.
there she is.
Hey, Chrono.
Who are you?
Hey, Chrono.
Hey, tasty. There I am. Hey, Adine. It's tasty.
Are you ready to go?
Sure am. I can't wait to see everything the festival has to offer.
Oh, I'm sorry if it came across that way, but I don't think we'll actually have much time to take part in the festivities.
You liar. I was so invested.
Bitch. Yeah, I'll have to spend most of my time at the competition grounds. We'll arrive there early so I can check in and do my warm-up, and I'll still have to stick around after my performance to wait for the award ceremony.
So we're going to be there the longest. All
Well, I
day.
guess you don't have to wait with me. You can go see the rest of the festival if you wanted to.
I could. That's out of the question. I'm here to spend time with you. The festival is not that important. In fact, it sucks.
Besides, you can always see everything on one of the other festival days.
True.
Because you're going to be here for a few more days, not kind of time travel bullshit.
Yeah.
Ah, thank God for that. We could even watch the big fireworks show at the end.
And no one will die.
No one will halt our date.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Everyone keeps telling me how important it is for me to see.
It's not that important, but if you have the opportunity, you really should go.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to attend, but I'd gladly accompany you if I had the chance.
Sure. So today's agenda is emotional support, and next time we can take in all aspects of the festival. Sound good?
Perfect.
All right, let's go then.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Phone booths? Now that's just unbelievable.
Now that's just unrealistic.
That's just unrealistic. Are you shitting me? Oh well. It took a while for us to arrive at the festival. Oh wow, it sure looks lively here on this festival. Which had already begun by this point. The last of the booths that lined the way were still being set up. Dragons of all shapes and sizes were already pouring in. Look at all of them all.
They're right behind me.
They're right behind us, don't worry. I stood on the edge because I needed some air and I wanted to look at this phone booth. Instead of walking directly through the festival, we stayed outside the established path heading toward... Okay, good excuse. You got me there. Eventually, we arrived at a large open area near the facility that had been roped off. At one corner of the building, a few flyers had already been gathered.
Maybe you should wait here while I get my number.
Why?
People might get the wrong idea if you show up in the registration line. Besides, they certainly stare and start asking all kinds of questions.
Like, hey, you think those two fucked?
I'll be like, not yet.
Not yet! Don't you ruin this for me! Alright, I'll just stay here then.
I'll be right back.
After Adine had waddled off to the other flyers. I was wondering if I read that correctly, but yeah, they do waddled. I surveyed my surroundings idly. Beyond the big open air area, seating had been provided and I could already see a few people waiting for the competition to start. A few had even gathered on the roof of the building. Can you see them?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're right there. The building, watch from there.
I'm back.
Alright, just look at her now. Don't worry, they're up there. Is that your number?
Baby, you got my number.
Oh yeah, she held up a piece of cloth with a large number printed on it. A few straps were hanging from it.
What? This? No, of course not. This is Angel's number. Oh,
Which is
I think,
Huh?
I think this is. I think since we on the beach part when you changed it when you put her name as Bonana. We
Oh!
skipped it so it picked
No!
her.
Damn it!
I just thought of that.
Oh!
This is Bonana's number.
Read it as
Damn it!
banana.
It's. I'm gonna say banana from now on instead of angel,
Yeah.
just for the sake of continuity.
Yeah.
Of course. Sorry for the mistake.
Funny. I'm one of the last to start, actually.
Are we late?
No, I guess the others just arrived earlier to have more time to get ready.
What do you think about the other competitors?
I've seen most of them fly before. Some are really, really good. It doesn't seem like there are many newcomers here, so right now I'm the odd one out.
Maybe you could use that to your advantage.
How so?
Well, you know more about them than they know about you. Having a promising newcomer might throw them off their game.
I'm not so sure about that. After all, it's not as if any of our already choreographed performances would change based on what the others do now. Each of us just tries to do their best. Most of them are seasoned flyers, so they already know how to deal with that kind of pressure. If anything, I'm the one who might get nervous and mess up. I do have one advantage though. I'm still pretty young, and this is a sport with a great amount of wear and tear. There comes a certain point in time when you just can't perform as well anymore as you used to. Many complicated maneuvers can only be performed by younger athletes. The older ones can make up for it, using their experience and with better execution of easier moves.
Alright, I get it, you're younger.
In the end, a daring newcomer like me, much younger, can surprise the audience and the judges with something new and unexpected,
Means her
which is
cloaca's
exactly
right.
what I plan to do.
Huh?
So
What'd you
it means her cloaca's right
Oh my god.
for the picking.
Also, my cloaca is right for the picking.
How good do you think your chances are?
With a bit of luck, I might even be able to win. This is just a local competition after all.
Yeah, a local competition between two dragons.
But you know what? Just being here right now and performing in front of so many people is a win for me. People will know me, and I'll probably get a mention somewhere in the local paper.
All three people.
I've trained for years, and my application to compete finally got accepted. Now I just have to make the most of it, and I'll be happy. I'll be a happy Bonana.
You think they wouldn't turn down, with the small town like this, you think they wouldn't turn down people? Like, yeah, if you can fly. Get in.
It's like, fuck it, whatever. Just give us money. Bring in tourists.
Yeah.
I still can hardly believe that I'm here. This is the moment I've worked so hard for.
And I'll be watching you. Don't take that too serious.
Oh, stop it. You're making me nervous.
What did I just say? Sorry. God. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Can you help me with this?
What? She spread out her wing, and only then did I notice that her shoulder joint was tightly bandaged. What's that for? What's that for?
It's just a training bandage to stabilize my shoulder after that little blunder you witnessed last time. We can't fly with these in the competition though, so I'll have to take it off.
It's a different bandage. Okay, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's that for?
Yeah.
You put it on her! It's like seeing somebody wearing a wrist brace after they sprain their wrist.
What's that for?
What's that for? Is it because of your wrist? Is it a problem I don't know about? I opened the bandage, carefully unwrapping her wing. There you go.
Thanks!
She spread both of her wings, beating them a few times. They were broken. I couldn't help noticing that she previously...
Screamed.
The ice cream man came back!
Ah!
Ah, who are you? The previous bandage wing was sagging noticeably compared to its counterpart, as if it were misaligned. She seemed to be examining her shoulder, somewhat lost in thought when I spoke up. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Obvious reasons. I can see you're straining without the bandage.
I'm fine, really. Don't worry about it.
If you're fine without the bandage, how come you were wearing it up till just now? Did you need it for practice too? If you couldn't practice without it, maybe you aren't ready to compete without it yet.
Since when are you suddenly an expert on flying? I'm the one who's been doing this for years, not you. This is my dream we're talking about.
Okay, what? Fuck it. I don't know shit. Whatever. Go die. Die then. Do you want them to see you in this condition and judge you based on that rather than once you're at your best?
I just have to try, you know?
Alright, just be careful, whatever. What if something goes wrong, though? You don't want to be in that position.
If I start making excuses now, maybe I'll never stop. I'll always be too nervous or too injured or didn't eat right the day before. I feel bad enough as it is. Right now I have the chance to do this, and if I don't take it, maybe I never will. I'll always just be a server and a delivery girl making minimum wage. Is this one chance really too much to ask for?
No, but it doesn't have to be right now. There will always be another year. They've never seen you compete before. If you fly now, they'll judge you based on this performance.
God.
You only have one chance at making the first impression. You know it won't be your best if you fly right now. If it's not good enough, maybe they won't invite you again next year. If you fly now, they won't accept any excuses. But if you tell them you're injured, they might let you fly another time.
I don't want to wait another year. I want to do it now. I trained so much, even with this
Let
injury.
this bitch do it. God damn.
And you tell
Yeah.
me I should just let it go?
I just can't help thinking about last time. If you crash like that again, there's no sand here to cushion your fall. It would be much worse.
You think I don't know that? That I'm not already worrying about this more than I have ever have for anything else? I just don't want to make excuses anymore. I don't want to wonder if I'll ever amount to anything more than a waitress. I want to be able to follow my dream. And I don't want to wait another year to find out.
Jesus, I would just say be careful and be done with it.
Seriously.
What about? I don't want to fucking stress her out before all this shit. Anyway, what about Emily? If something happened to you, how do you think? What if she's left alone if you die? How do you think you'd explain that to her? Suddenly just stop showing up, huh?
Oh my god. You're
Don't
pissing
you
her
dare
off.
bring her into this. She has nothing to do with it.
Jesus. Like it or not, I'm a dickhead. What are you?
I can't control the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm just about to say this anyway.
What you're doing could have consequences, and there are others besides you who will be affected if something goes wrong.
You know what? I will fly and do the best damn job I've ever done, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Good. That's what I want. Before I could reply, she angrily stomped off. She angrily waddled away. For by now a number of
Waddled.
contestants had arrived.
Main character.
While I failed to convince her, at least I could say that I had tried my hardest to stop her.
After we already came here.
I asked myself whether I even wanted to watch the competition at that point. It was impossible that she'd do even better than expected. But if my experience was any indication, her performance would not turn out well. In the end, I decided to stay and watch from the sidelines. I didn't want to join the rest of the audience, as I was sure it would get me unwanted attention. After the competition started, I lost myself in thought, thinking over the conversation I had with Aideen, while watching the other contestants half-heartedly. I wondered why I was such a dick. Aideen had been right. Some of them were really good, but based on what I had seen in her practice session, she did have a shot at winning everything if everything went well for her. Even though my rational mind doubted that would happen, for her own sake I hoped it would. One by one, the contestants showed off their skills in a variety of moves. Look at them go! Usually followed by the applause of the audience. Look at them!
Right
Look
behind
at them
that
all!
building.
Yeah, all of them were there. Eventually, it was time for Aideen's turn. Next on the stage is number 11, a promising newcomer who will show her skills to the public here for the first time in her debut performance. Please welcome Bonanna!
I don't know why it says Angel. I guess it's a mix-up.
There was an excited bout of clapping. The audience was always curious to see a newcomer on the stage. However, after a few seconds passed, Aideen still hadn't emerged. Oh, Jesus. An awkward silence set and the audience's applause stopped, and everyone sat anxiously waiting for her to show up. She never did. And after a minute or so passed, the announcer's voice once more echoed across the radio. I guess you pitched out. Anyway, my apologies. It looks like a number 11 will not be flying today. Next up is number 12, a certain veteran you may know for his somewhat unusual technique. Before I could even ask myself what had happened, I saw Aideen walking out of the building and coming towards me. 18, what did you do?
Let's just go somewhere else.
Oh,
You
she's so
fucking
sad.
bitch.
Aw.
Okay. Some control I got over these conversations.
Yeah.
We walked away from the festival and sat down under a tree in the outskirts of town. It's a perfect place for her to kill me. I've seen
the
plenty of dead bodies here. These big explosions I keep missing. This is where I land. As the
Right
competition...
here, next to this tree.
Right here. See him? It was already nearly over. The darkness has already set in.
Here should be good.
A good
To
place.
steal your blood.
Oh. What made you reconsider?
You were right with everything you said.
Oh boy, the man is always right, huh?
When I was inside and had a bit of time to cool off, I realized I didn't want to do it like this, even if I'd have to wait another year.
How do you feel now?
I know it was the right thing to do, but I can't help thinking that I just came so close. That I could have done it if it hadn't been for that stupid accident.
Maybe it wasn't an accident. Maybe I did something. I used some human psychic powers, brought you down, just to take you down a peg, just to down a peg.
I'll kill you.
And that thing I bandaged on your arm, it made it worse. Made it sag. Did you notice?
I knew it.
I knew it. You'll have another chance, I promise.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Okay.
Getting burned.
Shit.
Hey, Chrono, look at the sky. Can you see that light? The one that looks a bit brighter than all the others?
Yeah, keep looking at it.
Tilt your neck up a little more.
Yeah. Oh, like this?
There, right there.
This? Here we go.
Oh,
Gosh, my neck sure is hot. I'm gonna take off my sweater now. Here we go. There we go. My turtleneck too, and my scarf,
Okay.
and my necklace. There it is, totally exposed. I looked up and saw the many celestial bodies lighting up the sky. One of them was noticeably brighter than all the other stars. It looked kind of like a meteor. Yeah. Anyway.
I usually practice in the evening and stay until it's dark, so I see the stars pretty often. I noticed something about that one. It moves.
Oh God. Ah!
How does it move? It looks pretty stationary to me.
You won't notice it just by looking at it, but over the last couple of weeks I have noticed that it has changed positions when comparing it to other stars.
It can't be a star then. Stars don't move.
They have an office in one of the cities that watches these kinds of things. I called them about it a while ago.
What did they say?
It's just an asteroid passing by. It's
Passing.
even been on the news a few times.
Well, it's supposed to slingshot around the moon. Maybe they're not advanced enough to know that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
That makes it sound pretty important.
Yeah, it's a big one apparently. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be able to see it without a telescope.
Do they think it's dangerous?
Why would it be?
I don't know. It could hit the moon or something like that.
They assured me it's not going to happen. They say calculating the paths of celestial bodies is a very complicated science and not really an exact one.
Oh, so they couldn't know
Yeah,
for sure.
How's that assuring?
They know it's not going to hit the moon, but they're watching it to make sure it passes safely.
Close enough to catch the gravity, redirect it.
Oh boy.
Not that it's just watching. Not that just watching it would make a difference.
They don't really know anything more. Apparently, they're also really underfunded. The council doesn't see the need to waste people's time and money to look into the sky all day.
That's strange, don't you think?
It used to be a pretty important job, but over time the funding got less and less until only this token office in our biggest city was left.
It's like NASA. Remember when the moon was such a big deal? What happened to that?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's okay.
Ah well, yeah, we went there. No big deal. Never go again.
No oil.
No oil there for us there.
It's such a shame since the whole institution was based on our creation story.
In what way?
In one of the stories, our creator told us to watch the sky.
How religious are you, really?
What exactly do you mean?
What do you think I mean?
Fucking asked you.
Are you... Well, dragons have these myths about humans. How many of them do you actually believe are true?
Oh, I believe all of it. I just love reading all the stories, theories, and all that.
Okay, why is that?
Well, I think there's a lot we can learn from it. Much of our society is based on it, including our laws and traditions.
I see. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Do I have a welt on my neck? What would you think if I told you that I'm a time traveler from the future?
Hey, don't joke about something like that.
Why not?
Because I believe you. Besides, if you really were a time traveler, I think you'd come from the past, like the time when we were created.
Really? Why is that?
Because that's the only time in our history where we know of humans ever being here. If you came from the future, that would mean humans were to show up at some point in our future history. And I'm not sure how or why that would happen.
Oh, don't worry. There's like a 3, 4, 5-page explanation about that. Let me tell you. Wouldn't that mean that I was your creator?
Well, not necessarily. There could have been other humans around, right?
You're right. Your myths only mention one, though.
Yeah, but people speculate, trying to find explanations for those old myths. Maybe there were more humans around and they just died, or their creation rebelled and killed them. Others say they fled across the ocean. We just don't know.
We just don't know.
We just don't know.
What do you think? What do you think?
I don't know. I like reading about all the theories and trying to piece the puzzle together myself. That's why I want to visit that underground building we found. Some of the theories are quite out there.
Like what?
For example, one says that humans were really aliens who came from a different planet. They created us for some reason and then just vanished again.
Hmm.
Overlord Xenu came and all our
Dropped all the aliens in a volcano, caught them in a giant space net, and put them in cavemen. You know,
fucking weird
reality.
reality.
What would
Cave
they?
dragon.
Cave dragons. What would they do that for?
Maybe it's an experiment or they're testing us. Some say they're always watching us from up there, somewhere with a giant mothership, and that maybe one day they'll return when we're ready to join them.
It is pretty out there, I'll say. Outer space, I mean.
Told you so. What about the humanity you come from then? Why don't you tell me more about your world?
I don't like talking about that. It's much prettier here.
I don't believe you.
It's the truth.
I'll believe it when I see it with my own eyes. I'd love to visit your world.
I don't think it'd be a very good idea for us to visit right now.
Why not?
Do you know what our world is like? Are there any rumors about that?
Not really. There hasn't been much speculation of that yet. Of course, we're curious though. Next time we want to send one of our ambassadors into your world to make it even and all that.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Don't be so negative.
I'm sorry, it's not up to me to determine the best course of action. I'm just a lowly ambassador, that's after all.
Not quite as lowly as a waitress with nothing more than high aspirations. Maybe it's time for me to go home.
I should go.
I should go.
I would walk you, but I guess you'd be faster if you flew.
No, I'd rather not without the bandage.
Are you serious? And you were going to do a performance like that?
I know, I shouldn't have tried. You don't have to bring that up again.
You suck! How dare you! I'm sorry, for what it's worth, I think you made the right decision in the end. And listen to me!
Thank you. Fuck you for that.
Shall we go, then?
Sure.
She waddled along with you home.
I waddled home with her. If I make a cracking noise, just ignore it.
There we are.
Do you want to come in for a bit? It would be a shame if you have to come all this way for nothing.
Ooh, it would be.
You got Xbox? I hate Xbox.
I hate Xbox.
Wait, what did I say? There we are. She opened the door, wiping her feet on the doormat before she went inside. Wait.
Can I offer you something to drink, maybe?
No thanks, I'm good.
How about some TV?
That could be interesting. I haven't watched TV in ages, and I don't have one in the apartment. I'd like to see some dinosaur channels.
Oh.
Sorry, dragon channels.
You're right. You've got a
kind?
pretty decent apartment, but they didn't provide a TV. I wonder why.
Maybe so I can't see the news? Maybe they wanted to avoid culture shock or something like that.
You got a shelf full of books, though. Why would books be fine, but not a TV?
Yeah, I guess they have a bunch of old-fashioned views in them. Suppose when they give me books, they know what I'm going to read, but on TV, they can't really regulate the content I'm going to see. Unless, you know, you have a regulation thing, like a password, whatever. At least a TV works the same, if TV works the same as ours is used to.
That's true. Maybe they just thought your time would be better spent elsewhere.
Fuckers. I guess. If they didn't want me to watch TV, they certainly never told me.
Actually, there's a series on right now that could be pretty interesting to you.
Oh? What is it?
It's called Sex with Me.
Oh.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. Do you want me to put it on or not?
Sure, let's do it.
Oh,
Nadine
get
turned
into
on the
it.
TV, and a brief flicker appeared on the screen before it was filled with the image of a house from the outside. Well, that does not look unusual.
Just wait a bit.
The camera cut to the inside of the home while the chattering of small talk could be heard. It was a snuff film.
God.
What the fuck is this, 18? What, you
I'm
don't...
gonna watch this.
You don't like it? And some figures entered the living room on the screen. They were grotesque, malformed creatures with the rather cartoony proportions, covered in odd lumps all over their body. They all shared the same odd skin tone. It's clear to me that these figures were played by actors in obviously fake, bulky costumes that remind me of mascots. What are those?
Humans.
Oh no.
Humans?
That's the name of the series. It's a typical sitcom about a contemporary family as we would expect it.
Oh
but
my
the twist
God.
is that everyone is human.
Oh my god, I know what this is a reference to.
What?
It's a reference to the TV show Dinosaurs.
Oh.
And they're in those giant fucking dinosaur outfits, but it's just a
I hated
sitcom.
that show. That
It's a
took me
sitcom, but the
out.
joke is they're
Oh,
dinosaurs.
it's just called Dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's called
Called
Dinosaurs.
humans.
That's
Oh
funny.
my god.
I
Let's
hate
see if
that
this is
show.
actually where it's going.
I think it is.
Then I realized why I hadn't been able to identify the creatures on the screen as humans. They were all naked. Since the dragon's concept of clothing was different, they had applied their own principles when creating this series. It was quite bizarre to see a typical family sitcom where all the characters were obviously fake costumes and also happened to be naked. Do you like it?
Oh, the dinosaurs were clothing.
It's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
they wore shirts.
While it's a sitcom, it manages to address serious and deep issues fairly often, which I don't think would be as effective if we weren't watching them through the lens of this alternate reality. This one isn't a bad episode, but it's already nearly over.
I guess there's no point in just watching the ending. Maybe I should just undress and act out the rest.
Oh no.
True.
By this point, the credits were already rolling, and Nadine turned off the TV. Not the mama, not the mama. Ah, I just parked.
What do you think?
Let's just say if a human looking like that suddenly showed up in our world, people would probably run away screaming.
They don't look that bad.
You have porn of them, don't you?
Yes? No?
Sure, it's impressive if we consider they had to work with, but there's a few things they got wrong.
Like what?
For one, humans mostly wear clothing, and secondly, we don't have tails.
Those are just small details. The series is still good, though.
Sure. Is it popular?
For sure. Many people love it.
Oh boy. I see. I hope they aren't too scared of me when they see how different I am, though.
I didn't run away screaming when I first met you, did I? But I am a kinky fucker.
True.
Now that you're already here, there's something you could help me with, actually.
Oh boy.
My cloaca.
What is it?
Well, it'd be a huge favor to ask, and it's kind of embarrassing.
She wants to see me naked as a comparison. Just say it. The worst I can do is say no.
How should I say this? It's about my shower.
Oh.
I get pretty dirty from practice sometimes, especially from the bad landings, and recently the detachable shower head broke. That usually wouldn't be much of a problem, but with this injury I can't quite reach a few places on my own. It's really not ideal having to manage everything with my wings, but now it's even harder.
You want me to scrub your back?
I guess you could put it that way. Told you it was embarrassing.
Do it.
Do that.
It.
I
Do
won't
it.
do that.
Do it.
That's too
Do
far.
it.
I'm gonna
Scrub
have
her
sex with
cloaca.
Bryce again.
I'm going over to Bryce's.
I'm going to Bryce's. You better have some fucking ice cream. I told him to pick some up on the way home.
I fucking you were right next to me.
I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'm glad to help.
Some booze.
Thanks. This way.
She's already naked.
Yeah, I know. But apparently you can just pose a certain way and there's a dick there. So I don't know what to expect. I followed her, entering the rather large bathroom. The shower is huge. Wouldn't mind having one of these.
This isn't just your regular dragon-sized shower. It's made specifically for a flyer like me. We need enough room to stretch our wings.
Yeah, good thing we're seeing the bathroom right now. Just think of the possibilities.
Oh, you'll see.
She took off her goggles. Oh my god, she's naked.
Oh, Lord.
And stepped into the roomy walk-in shower. After pressing a button on the wall, water started flowing from the shower head mounted on the wall. She moved around a bit, stretching this and that way in order to cover her whole body in the water. Soon afterwards, she pressed the button on the wall again and the water flow stopped. She turned to show me her back, wings splayed. Craw!
Oh. See, it's not sexual, I think.
Bonina!
It's like,
Oh, no, no. Oh, it's actually cute.
She looks a lot different.
That's
Yeah.
all this art.
Yeah.
All this CG
the
art.
soap and sponge should be right there.
I took a sponge that wasn't unlike the ones I knew from back home, and added some soap from a rather big bowl. It seemed to me that each species had their own challenges that needed to be overcome when it came to daily tasks like this one, emphasized by all the different design choices when it came to every items. You'd think they would just design a shower around the species instead of making it built for whatever, you know, built-in genes and nanomachines and shit. I don't know.
You can start with the wings and work your way down from there.
Down.
Sure thing.
And to my cloaca. Make sure to get that.
You have to get it.
I couldn't help making a joke to ease the tension a bit when I put the sponge on her muzzle. Hey, looks like you got something here. Oh wait, that's just your stripes.
Stop that. You know that I hate my stripes. I'm gonna kill you.
Jesus, sorry I couldn't resist.
You're dead. Good job. Now I've got soap in my...
Oh. I started scrubbing her wings, then I could see them up close and fully extended. I found them to be quite impressive. Not saggy like earlier.
What are you looking at? You know, I actually tried to do that before.
What do you mean?
Washing off those stripes.
Why?
Well, I was just a child back then. You know how kids are. They make fun of everything. Though I don't know if human children are the same way.
They are, trust me.
Don't press too hard there. That's the injured shoulder.
Okay. I'll be careful. Eventually, I reached her lower back, and while I was washing a particular spot on her left side, I could see her leg twitching slightly. You ticklish there?
I guess you
It's
noticed.
gonna be like a dog.
What happens if I do this? I repeated my ministrations, moving the sponge in circles over that particular spot.
Hey, stop that!
She started squirming, and suddenly her tail whacked around it and hit me in the face, causing me to stumble and fall over backwards.
I died.
Are you okay?
I'm a little concussed. I guess I deserve that.
I have a banana-shaped bruise on my head now. Well, you tickle the dragon, you get the
Pickle.
cloaca.
Tail, apparently.
Tail.
Banana.
You get the banana.
The forked tip of the tail was still hovering inches in front of my face. The peculiar shape reminded me of something. Couldn't help but grab it and hold it like a telephone. Hello? Hello?
Oh my gosh.
Are you fucking retarded? What are you doing?
Honestly, I don't know at this point. I think your phone isn't working.
Oh my god, this idiot.
Stop being silly.
Jesus. Alright, I'm nearly done anyway. I resumed my scrubbing. By now, only her tail was left. Not being entirely sure about my technique, I moved the sponge over the tail's whole length in small circles. I was nearly done. I noticed a low rumble emanating from her, reminding me of what an oversized cat's purr might sound like.
Gotta get her front now, too.
We are hearing it. Okay, there's a little
Yes.
purr going on.
It's kinda cute.
Is that... Are you purring? Suddenly her expression changed as she looked over her shoulder. Oh, sorry.
I like the music that's like playing. It's just like, wow, 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 wow. Oh, are you done? You should take a step back if you don't want to get hit by the water.
After I left the shower again, she pressed a button on the wall, and the water resumed once more. She only stood under it briefly and moved around a bit until the water had completely washed off the suds. I guess I don't.
Glad no one's here to watch the steamy shower action.
I guess she's washing her front.
Yeah,
When she turned the water off again.
that's step 2.
Oh, that's the second date. Yeah, I realized that it didn't cling
Wash
to.
your cloaca.
That's the idea. I realized it didn't cling to her much at all. After she shook herself a bit, she stepped out again, nearly dry.
Thanks, I really needed that.
Then she splayed her wings and she just sat there for hours,
Like a
sunbathing.
vulture.
Did I tell you about that?
Yes.
I told you about it, but did I tell Shoji?
I don't know.
My old apartment building, I came back and I just saw like birds on the top of our buildings, just
Rotate.
big birds rotating slowly,
Probably.
arms, wings spread out, just rotating slowly.
And they were vultures, right?
And there were vultures. I was like, what the and there was like 6 or 7 of them. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why are there like 6 or 7 vultures rotating slowly with their wings spread on top of my building? And apparently it just rained, and they were drying their wings.
Yeah, apparently that's just
Kinda
what
funny.
they do.
Yeah, I didn't know
But
that
not
they did
knowing
that.
that?
But I was just like, I walked in and it was like a movie out of a fucking, it was like out of a horror movie. Like the birds are like slowly rotating,
Fucking
and they're
multis.
big too. So I was, and they were like third story up there, but they were like still looked big, and they were just slowly rotating. I was like, what is going on? I
I
don't.
was like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Like,
Yeah, I had to look it up. I was like so freaked out. I was like fastly walking into
Omen.
my apartment. I didn't know what was going to happen.
the vultures standing
Menacingly.
menacingly. Oh, they're just drying their wings.
Okay. You're welcome.
It's probably getting late for you, and I already held you up this long.
Don't worry about it. Oh, it's already dark outside.
I guess that took longer than I thought.
I'm not supposed to go outside this late.
You're right. We were advised by the police to stay inside after nightfall because of everything that's going on.
You're right. I should call Sebastian.
No.
For me, this is even more important. We don't know if there's anyone out there who might want to target me.
I suppose you'll just have to spend the night then.
Oh, twist my arm, why don't you? No, I'll just twist yours.
Oh, fuck, why?
Let me twist a little harder. I guess so.
It's broken.
Well, I guess I gotta sit and nurse you for the next couple months. Anyway, another free day. Yay me.
You can hang out with Kevin since you did AD.
Oh, God.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Dork.
Remember?
Oh,
Right?
yeah. I guess so.
I'm
Jesus.
curious.
Might as well. Bing bong.
Time for the filler episode.
That must be him. This is the one that everybody skips.
Yeah. Hello.
Good to see you again, Kevin.
This is where you live, huh?
For the time being.
That's pretty nice for a small town like this one.
Listen, I'm not gonna... Are you not from around here?
No, I'm just here for the job until next semester starts. Basically, I'm trying to drum up interest for the college and see if there's anyone around who'd like to apply for it. Interesting.
Why do you have fur? How's that working
Just
out?
don't ask people why they have fur, man.
Are you black?
Why are you
Well-
brown?
Are you black with red stripes? Why do you have bracelets? What's wrong with you?
What's
I
what?
haven't exactly actually met that many candidates out here so far.
Is there a hot topic nearby?
He's like, his face just changes. Like, I get that fucking question every goddamn time. For a town like this one, it's typical for the young people to go into an apprenticeship to prepare for their future job rather than go to college. But if there's anyone willing, we want to find them.
Even out here?
Yeah, there's always need for more highly educated people in the cities as they expand.
Cities? That's the first I hear of cities in this world. I thought this town was where it's at.
Cities, if you know what I mean.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm making that face again. And you've really been missing out. This town isn't really all that special when it comes down to it.
Why the fuck did I come here?
I've lived in the city for most of my life. Of course, that's also where the college is. I don't think they build one out here anyway.
I think as ambassador they'd show me around a bit, but apparently it isn't the case.
Yeah, well, you thought wrong. You visited a bit of a political issue right now. The bottom line is that it's also for your own protection. Everything surrounding the portal has been a well-kept secret. People know that exists, and we currently have human visitors, but the... Oh, and that we currently have human visitors, but the exact location is only known to those who live here. I thought it said that they have their own human visitors. I'm like, whoa,
Oh,
whoa, whoa.
everybody's got their own human visitors.
What?
They're slaves.
If it ever... if it ever got out, I don't think this town could face the ensuing torrent of tourists trying to catch a glimpse of you. Travel has been restricted as well. There are strict conditions for people who want to come out here. The only reason I was allowed to is because this isn't the first time I'm doing this job. The people here already know me. Heck, I didn't even know this was the town in question until I arrived and heard everyone talking about you.
Well, I'm glad they're taking the Spanish seriously.
They certainly are.
I'd like to know more about the Reapers. The cities you
I'm a
talked
Reaper.
about.
I'm a
Reaper
big
here.
Reaper. Well, I can only speak about the one I live in, but what do you want to know?
Let me get right on that. I only have this town as a point of reference, so why don't you tell me about what's different?
Gee, that's only pretty much everything.
Jeez.
Out here, living in general seems to be a lot cheaper than it is in the city, and there is much more room for everything. There are green spaces, fields, parks, and farms. You don't really see that in the city. People are more laid back, and there is a bigger sense of community as everyone knows everyone, which can be both good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
For example, rumors travel fast and survive well in areas like this. In the city, you can just make new friends when that happens, but out here, a few well-placed stories can mean social death. In the city, it's also been much more crowded. Buildings pretty much line the streets, and there isn't much room for anything else. But with the clubbing scene and opportunities for socializing, there's no shortage of potential friends. There are also many jobs, different jobs and education opportunities that you wouldn't find out here.
Like what?
Like what, you may ask? Creative jobs of all kinds, for example. Game designers, writers, artists, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
The same goes for teaching positions in those areas as well. For example, if I wanted to learn how to write a romance novel, I could find a course for that easily. Out here, this would be a lot more difficult, you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
All these
In a way, it feels
answers.
like you're always busy when you live in the city. The streets are usually filled with people trying to get somewhere. Of course, there's also a side effect of the small apartments as people tend to go out more often and seek entertainment elsewhere.
Okay, we're all on the same wavelength. Humans, and this is all just explaining. Which do you prefer?
In the end, I suppose I prefer the city. That's not to say that I think one is better than the other. Different strokes for different folks and all that.
I hear that.
You know, out here people would probably laugh at some of the things I do in my free time, but in the city you get enough like-minded people to even get conventions going about all kinds of things.
Oh, it's a fursuit.
You want to know?
What?
I'm a human undercover.
What conventions do you go to?
Nobody can know.
I like all kinds of geeky things, cartoons, comics, and all that stuff. I've even written a few fanfics before too, since I really can't draw all that
Bitch,
well.
what?
I'm a bit of a self-insert, as you can.
Aren't cartoons usually for kids?
Oh my god.
That's like saying books are usually for kids. Cartoons are just a medium. Of course, there are some that are aimed for kids, but there are cartoons for adults as well, you bakayaro.
Cartoons for adults? I see.
What? Main character.
Not like that.
Oh.
Well, I mean, there are cartoons like that, but that wasn't what I was talking
Oh
about.
my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Now, I'd like to hear more about these. Wait, no, I don't actually.
Aw.
In any
I'd like
case,
to hear more about these.
Reapers. What else
And
falls
Reapers too,
Oh
by the
my
way.
god.
under geeky interests for you?
Let's see. I guess you could say I'm kind of a techie. I do like following news about technology and hearing about all new developments in the industry.
Must be pretty interested in the portal then.
Oh, right. I didn't even consider that. I could actually go there and check it out. If I knew where it was, that is.
Oh, I know where it is. I should totally show you.
Yeah,
You want to get shot?
You can fucking see it from my...
I could show you.
right outside my fucking window.
Got your
If you did that, you'd be like the coolest human I've ever met.
The only... Here we go. You're the only
I
human.
suppose you'd be that by default, since you're also the only human I've ever met, but you get the idea.
Let's just go.
Just fucking... I'll be right behind you. We saw Sebastian's dead body already.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
It was a day early.
Holy shit, it's in the daylight.
There it is, in all its glory.
Sebastian's dead body.
That looks so much cooler than I thought it would.
Yeah, unlike you.
Hey.
Speaking
Oh,
of Sebastian.
state your business.
I just wanted to show the portal to my friend here.
Well, and you can look, but don't touch anything, and no photos either. Do I look like I have a camera?
You might.
Hidden in my...
You might.
Well, you could be hiding something in your fur.
Also, what the fuck's with the fur? It's all
Give me a
over.
pat down. I don't think so. You look kind of smelly. What's that, though? Flyers for our Midwest institution. I could give you one if you're interested in going back to school. No, thank you. I'm quite happy with my current job, which is protecting the portal from any unsavory individuals.
What's up with you, Sebastian? Why you being such a stiff, man?
Just doing my job, Chrono. He could be a spy.
Really?
Has been a lot of interest in the portal from the cities. They have made us offers, but for now, we're not doing anything until we see how your visit turns out. In the end, it's just a political power struggle. Small towns like us have to protect our interests. And in the process, reinforce the stereotype of country bumpkins being conspiracy nuts.
Hmm.
You know I could arrest you, right? Respect is a two-way street. Just saying. Trust is good, but control is better. It's just a matter of perspective. Well, I think I've seen enough here anyway. Let's go. Let's head back, Chrono.
Sure. Sorry, Sebastian.
Yeah.
I hope I don't die later.
You're not gonna leak anything, are you?
Of course not. Now that I think about it, I totally could, though.
I guess I gotta kill you. Oh, really?
I have some connections and a potential audience. I'm a pretty big deal.
Now you're starting to sound like Sebastian had a point.
Not really. I just know a few people from writing a column in our college magazine. It got popular enough that it was even featured in the local newspaper for a while.
Interesting. You should shut up now.
We should leave.
You should leave. What did you write about?
Nothing special, really. It was just a commentary about current events.
You don't say. I see. I guess you could. You're pretty involved in your local community then.
Not more than anyone else, I think.
What's it like to actually live on campus?
College in general is a pretty unique period of life, I'd say. Something I've noticed is that some people are not prepared for the independence they have when living on campus.
Mm-hmm.
You are given a chaotic schedule when you have nothing to do on some days, whereas on others you are kept busy with classes, homework, and other things that you have to do. With study buddies, roommate, and classmates, it's not really hard to make new friends. You also get to meet a lot of people who share similar interests from taking the same classes or being in the same clubs. And don't forget about the dorms, so all these people are always within reach, which can also be good and bad. You could be tempted to hang with friends when you should really be studying.
Hmm.
For many people, it becomes like the first taste of real freedom and independence. Some just handle it better than others, I suppose. That can be a problem with team projects, for example. There's always someone who ends up never showing up and not doing any part of the work.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's not really a problem since I actually enjoy what I'm doing here, and I don't mind the homework, and sometimes I read up on subjects in advance so I don't get left behind. I've even corrected the professor once or twice during a lecture.
Oh,
Smartass.
you're so cool.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, fuck this guy.
Leave! I think that wouldn't be a good idea with certain kinds of professors.
Well, I watch Rick and Morty. Just well, with ours, I was even allowed the privilege of giving a guest lecture for my own class one.
I said wubba lubba dub dub, pickle Rick. I heard applause from the audience. I looked. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein from the audience.
I told the professor to shut up once, and they all just started clapping. It was so surreal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing I was talking about.
Come on, learning should be fun. It certainly is for me.
You should learn to shut your mouth. I suppose being able to have that kind of attitude makes it a lot easier.
It certainly does.
Well, you should leave now. Let's see if it keeps up once you have a few more semesters under your non-existent belt.
Fuck's that supposed to mean? Don't be so negative. And just for your information, I do have a belt at home.
I don't doubt it.
It's from Final Fantasy X.
I have several belts that I wear at once when I go to my conventions.
Besides, it's not as if I'm some sort of antisocial hermit who only focuses on his studies. I just know when to say no to my friends.
Yeah, okay.
I have friends.
Oh, really?
Yes, we usually get together on the weekends and do some. I said cuddling. Do some cooking together. People can only stand so much frozen food before they get sick of it, and eating out in the city can add up pretty quickly if you're not careful.
I see.
We rotate the cook every week, but apparently people are looking forward to when it's my turn. I've gotten a lot of compliments for my homemade mac and cheese.
Well, now you're making me hungry. You should leave and I should eat. I gotta call Adine back.
I bet they all miss it, but they all get to taste it once again. Again, when summer vacation is over in a month or so. You're not listening to me, are you?
And in the meantime, you should be going. Just handing out flyers.
Yep, it's good to help our college, and I can also save up a bit in the process. It's certainly easier than trying to juggle a job and homework at the same time later on if things get tight.
Wait, he's getting paid to pass out flyers? Okay.
Yeah, I'm really great.
All right, if it's a job, that's fine. Whatever. Just leave me alone. What were you studying
Why do I keep
again?
asking questions?
Why?
It's
psychology.
Oh, good for you. And how was it? I see.
Can you tell me about psychology?
Anyway, all right. Go ahead and analyze me right now. Tell me what I'm thinking.
Oh my god.
It doesn't really work like that.
Well, you're certainly on your way. I know. You just passed the test.
Oh, I know what you're getting at. Maybe I'll steal that test from you, though. Might be worth trying out in a few people I know.
Be my guest.
And leave.
On a more
serious note,
be my guest and be a good guest and know when to leave. Don't linger, you motherfucker. On a more serious note, leave. Tell me something. Tell me something about what you're learning.
What, anything?
Oh, no! No! I just want to get an idea.
Betraying my thoughts.
God damn it! You know, I've melded with my main character on a lot of things so far and said things right before they did. This is not one of those times. I just want to get an idea of the subject and whether it's comparable to our own understanding of psychology.
I see. Well, I could tell you about an old and very simplified model of our psyche that we got taught in introductory classes.
Sounds good.
Okay, so this model divides our psychic apparatus into 3 distinct parts called id, ego, and superego.
Oh, I know about these.
The id represents our most basic desires and instinctual drives, that is, our physical needs and wants like hunger and thirst, as well as desires as impulses.
Yeah, and Freud it's all sex. It's all sexual related. It's all based around sex. Everything. What's the difference?
An impulse is more like one to lash out in anger, for example. The id seeks out immediate gratification for these urges.
Usually sexual being the whole thing.
It is in conflict with the superego, which represents learned behavior like cultural and moral rules and societal standards. The kind of stuff we learn from our role models like parents, teachers, and guardians.
Okay.
Superego is the part that forms our conscience and controls our sense of right and wrong. It seeks to uphold these standards to perfection, which most of the time goes against what the id wants at any given moment.
Uh-huh. You sound like you had to What? Learn
I don't know what that
a lot of this? Hang on.
Self-voicing enabled. CHRONO, you sound like you had to learn a lot of this.
Well, we pronounce it right.
Self-voicing disabled.
Whatever.
I can say that's not my vocabulary.
If those internalized rules are broken, this misbehavior is punished by the superego with feelings of guilt and shame. This way, we are compelled to behave in accordance with these rules, even if the id tempts us to do otherwise. And in between these two conflicting parts of ours, there's the ego who is trying to meditate.
That's also why the people who made Doom, it's id Software, it's based off of that whole thing. It's all visceral and who gives a fuck. Be violent.
That's funny. It represents our rational mind that seeks to please the id's drive in a way that doesn't harm us or goes against the superego's goals. However, it also serves another master, the external world. The ego includes all our decision-making and how we respond to internal stimuli. Ultimately, is the one calling the shots while trying to balance the needs of the id, the superego, and the external world. And there you have it, an outdated, simplified model of our psyche. It still serves as a good introduction, though.
Well, that was...
Great.
Thank you. Actually, I think I may have heard something like this before.
I have an
Oh,
internal-
yeah.
I have an internal thought thing that's just screaming at me right now.
It's
I
screaming
can't
at me,
know some
telling
words.
you to leave. Why did you go with psychology in particular?
I'm just interested in how people work, I suppose. It's also an incredibly diverse subject, and so are the potential jobs.
You should know how I feel then.
Just being able to understand people is such a huge factor in many fields, and the skills you can learn can come in handy in all areas of life, really.
Social skills, social cues, for instance.
When I
People
open
here by
the door
psychology.
and
When I'm standing in the
stand there.
door, looking at my watch constantly, yawning. You know, it's good.
just
Playing
holding
with
my
my
hand
change in my
out,
pocket.
pointing
Yeah.
at the door.
Oh, wow.
When people hear by
Turning the knob,
psychology, most
opening it,
people-
closing it, opening it. A little
Most
bit.
people think of psychologists or psychotherapists, but they can also be counselors for committees and organizations, researchers or teachers.
Mhm.
You often also see them teaming up with other professionals in influence. Societies think about hospitals, courtrooms, prisons, and school.
Listen, this just isn't as interesting as ice cream, is what I'm saying.
They can also become most high performance jobs they work as CEOs, athletes, and performers of all kind. Every institution, every business works with people with confidence in someone with psychology. That's why I also find this kind of knowledge incredibly beautiful and manage yourself, even the job, empathy, and needs.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding people's something to pretty much wherever it goes, try God out. Even video psychology, horror games around your UI is a pretty special
I'm
factor.
not even reading anymore.
I think I get the idea.
Yeah.
Right here, I think a lot can be done to improve the image and field, you know.
Oh my god.
Oh no, stop asking questions, Chrono.
It's not me! What do you mean? I'm trying to get another ending tonight, for fuck's sake.
For them, it's a sign of weakness or for them to hide everything. They lock your head, the strings, and solve the problem. Anything makes it work. Don't hide your feelings. Talk about it.
Is that something you like to work with?
Honestly, I don't know if I can tackle big issues like that. It's good for me, and I'm not quite sure I'm going with it for the studies.
How interesting. I see.
I'm interested in it, but I'm not sure.
I think you still have plenty of time to figure that out somewhere else.
Yeah, before I came here with my server job, I was in a psychotherapist's office.
Jesus Christ. Life story, stop.
Why did him?
It's sometimes pretty hard. I'm not sure if it's the right job for me. It's tough.
I thought it might be more interesting, but you already like working with people, right?
I don't know. Maybe
He looks like he wants to leave.
he's like, my
Fuck.
dialogue tree is just so massive. I'm just.
It's one way, too. You can't skip any of these questions. You have to go through the entire tree. Anyway, whatever. If you didn't, why would you be the one handing out the flyers? Just like you mentioned earlier, psychology comes in handy with sales and similar jobs. You have to interact with people. Hand out flyers pretty similar, don't you think? Don't answer that. Just leave.
I guess.
Oh, thank God. Seem to be doing well enough of that. You're helping to bring college people together, and this way you're helping both.
It's been a lot of fun too. After all, I got to meet you and.
Yep.
Oh, I think this is
Who
tied up.
knows? Maybe you think. Maybe one of those people you hand a flyer
Tell me
will one
about the
day.
Reapers.
Why don't you tell me about the Reapers?
Reapers, actually.
Well, the flyer will be famous for their work.
I think it's a little too idealistic, but I get your point. There's no always to be a big problem. No problem to be solving too.
Don't mention little problems, please.
Go. Please go.
Like what you're eating on the weekend.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah. What about you though?
Oh! What do you mean?
I don't want to pry, but we were talking last time. You know more about me than I know about you.
Son of a bitch!
It's like we're in fucking.
God, are you kidding me?
If you can't say anything about where you grew up, where you said, you can stop saying we're lying, so I wasn't curious.
Well, I don't like talking about myself all that much. I know when to stop. I know. And I think there are some things that are better left unsaid.
I see.
Good. But if you're curious,
Oh god. Just
I guess it's only fair I should share a few
Click.
things as well. Yeah, it's funny talking about college. I already had my degrees a while ago. This is just go home for jobs. These are combination degrees, but I thought that would be open for a few doors. Anyway, that was a big waste of time. Jobs are obsolete. Anyway,
Well,
rough
then-
time. Turns out degrees came in handy after all, because in the end they enabled me to come here.
it all worked out.
You know, they look at the piece of paper when the world's ended. Because there's no computer to look at, I guess. If I consider all the good and bad's happened since my arrival, it's been a vacation compared to home. You know, dead bodies, time traveling, more dead bodies, friends' death. You know, the
Your
works,
death.
the weeks. Leave. I don't know what's going to happen after that.
Leave.
Leave! I can't only hope my visit here will have started something. Oh, God, for fuck's sake. I shouldn't be such a doubter, though. Sorry for bringing it up. You should go. Maybe that explains why I don't like talking about it. What's your professional opinion of this?
Just go.
Just appreciate hugs. That's just me. Okay. You need hugs.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't think that would.
Oh.
Go for it. Just go for it.
God damn it. If it ends it.
Take a step forward, and he'd been hugged by a furry.
I soon
Furry
found
blanket.
myself being enveloped in the furry dragon's
And you got
embrace.
aroused now.
Damn it. With him pulling me close, it felt like a giant furry blanket was all around me. As the hairs tickled my exposed skin. I'm assuming like arms, neck,
Yes.
my very exposed neck. Still exposed. After a few seconds, we parted and he took a step back again.
It was like the person who like donated for this character wanted to like a huge backstory, and the writer's like, I really don't want to do this. This is so pathetic, but he donated like $10,000. I have to.
Christ.
I hope things can be better for you in the future. I don't think I can do anything to help with that though.
I know you prefer the little problems with big explanations.
Oh, thank
There the sun goes.
I should probably
Leave.
go.
Leave.
Look for a cave, or else I'll have to sleep in the streets.
Wait,
Oh.
I should probably head out and look for a cave.
Oh.
What do you?
you're
Oh
inviting him for the
no!
night.
What are you talking about?
Seems like all the hostels are already full. There's nowhere else to sleep. Everything's full.
Oh really?
Ah.
Only a few people know the location of the portal. It's coming. I don't know. Either finding a renting a cave for the night or sleeping in the streets. Although I might sleeping in a cave for someone like me, choosing for
I know a perfect cave. You should talk to Sebastian. Well, you better get going then.
I think I'll
Jesus.
just whatever, just sleep here.
All
and
right,
then I'll be like,
you
"Oh,
can sleep
thanks."
here.
Really?
No, not really. Leave, please. You should have left hours ago. This is your own fault. Yeah, there's plenty of room here. Kind of my fault. You couldn't find another place anyway. It really is. It is my fault.
I guess you don't spy.
Not really.
Really? You know, I can tell you take this room apart while you're sleeping. Okay. Thanks for saying that.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Leave.
What? You're not helping your case there. What? Leave. Besides, you won't really
Sorry,
find anything
I have
special.
Asperger's.
I have Asperger's.
My real name is.
I'm
Brooke.
socially awkward. I don't pick up on social cues. Just in case you didn't notice.
Yeah, I keep an eye on the kind of.
Yeah.
This guy.
Time to snatch that book, huh? Like I'd mind. If you need something to read bedtime read, feel free to help yourself. Anyway, what a night. I should go to bed.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, met with Kevin and learned a
over.
lot about city and
Over.
college life. Congratulations.
It should just be like, you're still here? The achievement.
Jesus fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
Never been so happy to see a fade to black.
Into me. Skip. Hope. Superstition. Adine.
Nadine.
Here we go.
Finally.
Baby.
I'm so sorry we got stuck with this fucking guy. He's
I
a
guess she's
slaughter.
here. He's still here.
He's like,
Hey, I'm reading Draconic
like-
Desire
he's
back
like-
here.
he's like eating something. Who's that? Nice to meet you.
Smack in his mouth.
Kevin.
Oh my god.
God, you feel good.
Oh god, don't mind him.
Are you ready?
Make my anxiety.
Uh,
rise.
Ready for what?
For me to rock your world. Fireworks,
Oh.
silly.
Oh, of course, let's go. Here we
Kevin,
go.
fucking don't fuck anything up on God.
After he's gonna take it apart. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town.
It's like someone saying, like, I could kill you with this knife I'm holding right now. Like, thanks.
Yeah.
I know you could, but I
Cool.
would prefer you not.
Yeah, crazy people do that.
Here we are.
Crazy people, even crazy people talk about it. Yeah, this is everyone. I'm disappointed. This sucks. Fuck you for bringing me here. I thought it would be crowded.
This is actually one of my training spots, and it turns out you can see the fireworks pretty well from here, too.
So this
Is that Bryce's basket? What the fuck did he bring with him? What is... Did you bring this, Chrono?
What?
Toys?
So this is your secret spot, then?
I guess you could say so.
Don't look at me like that.
Hmm.
Well, now that I know it, I suppose it's not so secret anymore.
Not if you keep it to yourself, we could make it our secret.
If you say so.
Hey, it looks like it's starting. Now take a good look.
We waited quietly as the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sound of a first rocket making its pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing through the land.
But then I had a terrible realization.
But
as
the
I
fireworks
always do.
almost looked like a face. With 3 eyes.
Bloop.
Suddenly a terrible realization hit me.
There's
Considering how
fireworks and public event fireworks.
Raised to make his move. Now,
Pretty much the same thing all the time.
Adine, I think we need to go now.
Stop joking around, Chrono. You still haven't seen the best part.
You're right, but we gotta go anyway. I know where Reza is. We need to stop him.
Are you serious?
Same line. Yes, I am.
What should we do then?
Maybe you could fly and get us some help. I'll try to buy us some time by confronting him.
All right, where should I meet you?
Somewhere near the portal. He'll be there. Let's go! And Sebastian won't be dead. Please, not be dead.
I swear to God.
I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. Couldn't help but be glad it was still turned off and didn't appear to have been used recently. But it meant Reza was still here somewhere. Looked around thinking where he could be or if it was worth waiting for him here when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. There's a suitcase leaning against the portal. When I opened it to check the contents, I was surprised to find a few eggs inside. I had no doubt this was Ray's doing. Apparently he had broken into the hatchery again! Like a fox! Stashing the eggs there. But he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? Given that why he hadn't left yet, he clearly had unfinished business in the area. The underground building. The administrator told me about the process generators. Hey, should I? Here we go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Sebastian didn't die.
Sebastian is not dead, and we've seen this. I mean,
What are you gonna do? You can't stop me now, anyway.
Oh! He pulled out his gun and pointed at me. Razor, wait! Can't we talk about this?
We just did.
Did we? I skipped over it. I'm sorry. No, what about...
Wait, you're just trying to distract me, aren't you?
No. I'm... just...
Shut up! They're probably already on their way.
Ah!
Oh.
My leg! Suddenly, Razor shot me in the leg, causing me to fall over and squirm in pain. Ah! My leg!
Fuck.
I saw Razor running to the box containing the generator. He lifted it up using both of his hands before making his way towards the exit as fast as he could. Whoop!
Oh, there you go.
There he goes! Where Razor got close to the entrance, I saw a flurry of gray zipping past me with a thunderous gallop.
Oh, fuck.
I looked toward Razor, who turned around, dropped the box, and grabbed his pistol. Too late. It was Maverick who pounced immediately. Razor fell to the ground, and before he knew could so much as react, Maverick buried his teeth in Razor's neck and bit down. Razor slumped instantly and didn't move again. Different dead pose. And no explosions this time, yeah?
I just keep dying.
Ah, this sucks! Dude, I got long legs for some reason. Then Nadine appeared out and called out to Maverick.
Why did you have to kill him?
He had a gun, stupid.
Because I'm not taking chances anymore.
I'm a Maverick! What took you so long?
Chrono, are you alright?
He got me in the leg. Maybe there's a first aid kit in one of the rooms. Nadine went into one of the adjoining rooms only to appear with the first aid kit shortly afterwards. Wow, lucky break, huh?
Can I do anything else? I'm not sure if I can apply the bandage.
You can tell me what took you so long. Wow, Jesus.
God, I'm here. Well, at first, Maverick wanted to storm the place head on, but then I remembered the map you gave me and the other entrance.
Huh.
We heard you two talking and figured we could surprise him if we went the other way. Actually, I'm gonna spoil the bad ending. If you don't if you don't give her the thing and she goes in front, I think Reza kills her and then Maverick kills Reza.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because if I
When
know
you see her,
Bryce's
like-
bad ending, he dies in the explosion.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I shouldn't be complaining then. Duh. This could have turned out so much worse. Well done, Nadine.
Yeah.
Like it did in the other timeline.
Oh.
We should probably be getting you some real help.
Yeah, and this is the first time this place hasn't exploded. Right?
Hopefully.
She turned to Maverick. He had a bomb!
Come on, what are you waiting for?
Maybe he thinks I'm gonna take the generator while you're gone.
Guess you really wanted to stop Reza. My apologies.
He turned and they both left. It was my chance to take the generator! Shortly thereafter, the administrator appeared and came towards me. Izumi, you're kinda late this time too.
How ironic that you remember her name now. Besides, it didn't seem like you really needed me. Good job.
Her name? What are you talking about?
I'm not Izumi. I'm not Izumi.
It's me! The person I thought was the administrator took off the mask only to reveal a strangely familiar face underneath. The person before me had a face that looked exactly like mine! Down to the
Kinda
tiniest
funny,
detail!
You're kind of doing this in like a coincidental, like, chronological order in a way.
Weird.
Really?
It was like looking into a mirror or at a twin. It was me! I called this, by the way.
You understand why I'm wearing the mask now?
Should I be reading this?
Or, no, okay.
Since it's me?
Yeah, I guess so.
How is this possible? It's
Let me change my voice
complicated.
real quick.
By now, I guess you... like it goes, it's
my
just...
God.
I guess you know what this always ends with, you traveling back in time when something goes wrong. You fool, you idiot, you dumb. Ha ha ha! When I was in your position.
Just as obnoxious as I. Wait.
Sorry, whoops. God damn. Burn.
You're just like burning yourself.
Izumi died during our confrontation with Reza. and all the experience from all the different attempts vanished with her, I decided I had to become the person who would oversee the next one. So I was right. It was me. It was me after that. So it means... Oh, what the fuck then? Then who am I?
Don't think about it too hard.
Oh,
You
God.
still have about like 3 other dragons to run.
Yeah.
Why does everything smell purple? I didn't know just how complicated it would be. Luckily, she left a lot behind to help me, and I executed her plan just as she would. I'm not going to let you see it, though. So what do we do now? Well, with the generator still intact, we'll have no trouble diverting the comet and saving this world. But I also know that you feel very strongly about executing the mission you were sent here for. Unfortunately, I'm starting to realize now that that won't be possible. What are you talking about? As outlined in Izumi's plan, I deleted the coordinates that would lead back to humanity's portal when I repaired this one, replacing them with the coordinates to travel back in time to the day of your arrival in this world. Unfortunately, this means that our connection to humanity's portal is lost. Boo-hoo. Are you saying we could have saved humanity if you just didn't remove those coordinates? I'm afraid so. I goofed. Sorry.
I done goof myself.
Then why did you do it? I didn't realize it would come to this. I just executed her plan as she would have. I can understand her reasoning for it, though. It presents an extraordinary risk. Eliminating those coordinates also eliminates the possibility of Reza getting away through the portal and taking the generator we need with him. Why not just tie them to my biometric data like the coordinates we need to time travel back time? Wow, that's a good idea. But, nah, that wouldn't be much help. Because in scenarios where Reza escapes with the generator, he wouldn't hesitate to kill you and take what he needs to bypass the biometric scan. Okay.
Your eyes.
What about a voice recognition?
Yeah, they don't.
And I just don't fucking ever say the thing. Or a password that only I know. Or, fuck it. When the only way to achieve that is... What we want is not to delete those coordinates. Can we really take that risk? You know that if we fail badly enough, even once, if the portal gets destroyed, or if both the administrator and you die, there won't be any more chances. If you've seen what's goes on from the administrator's side during my stay here, I suppose you should be the one to decide that. It still doesn't address the question of what we should do now, though. If we want to make this happen, one of us will have to go back and do this all over again. And what happens to the other? They could stay here and live their life how they wanted. What about Aideen? I wish I could stay with her, all she does for the orphans. I wish I could be part of that. I wish I could be done with this already and settle down. You know, you should go on, though. I get to stay with this. Bye!
Bye.
Someone has to go back and ensure we can reach the outcome both of us want. No matter if it's you or me, one of us has to do it. Otherwise, all we know back home, I don't think I need to tell you. Why are you making me think of those who suffer? You'll never forget them, and even if you don't do this, it will haunt you, I know. What do you want me to do? Go back in time and do it all over again? That's what we've been trying to do all this time, you know, no compromise. And of course you want me to do it so you can stay here, huh? I will do it myself if that's what it takes. I just hoped it wouldn't have to be me. Don't we both? If we wanted to settle for an outcome where we just stop the comet and stay here, we could have done so a long time ago. That doesn't mean that we're both not tired of this. Maybe forgetting everything again by stepping through the portal would be a boon then. Don't try to make this more palatable for me. How many times have we done this now? I don't know. 4 times?
Depends, I guess, right?
Depends on how old he is.
Don't get anybody else's bad end.
Anyway, we don't know who's getting sent back. One of them gets to stay, though.
One of them gets to stay and be with Aideen.
Oh. Isn't that nice?
Well, it would make sense if it's you, because you in this timeline got to know Aideen and him in that time. So
Unless
because
this...
that him was like with Bryce, so he knew Bryce more.
Oh.
Well, unless that he had a previous timeline that I haven't played yet,
There, maybe.
and it's not chronological. Maybe he's done like several playthroughs with Aideen and just fucked up those times. Maybe he's seen her die, and he wants to be with her. I don't know.
Look at that. Look at her flying.
Look, that's before she fucked up. And her wing was gimped by me.
So Shoji, who do you recommend we go for next?
It tasty.
It tasty.
Yeah, Pikachu.
Anna's is good. You can do Anna's next.
And it's good next. Would that also be chronological, or or does it doesn't
I don't
matter?
even know. I think this is just like coincidence. I'm not
Yeah.
even like meaning for you to do them in chronological order.
Okay.
It's just kind of happening.
Oh, we didn't. I guess I skipped over
No,
this.
that
Oh, this
was
is when
the
she was
very
drenched in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just her introductory one.
Okay. Well, that would have been a little bit longer than I would have hoped, for one specific reason.
Yeah.
The other things were fine. Sebastian was fine. Ice Cream Man was good.
Kevin, though. God
OC,
damn.
god damn, dude.
Kevin wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I like to talk to you about psychology and our Lord and Savior.
God.
Let's just like
Might
talk.
be talking about real, actual human people, all of that.
Basically, he's like, here's how it calls in the human world. Oh,
What?
Ooh, epilogue. What will you do now?
Wow, this is new.
for the time being, I suppose I'll stuck in this world. I'll be stuck in this world.
So we stayed behind.
Just losing the connection to humanity's portal. How is that even possible?
I don't know. Maybe we'll never be able to re-establish contact.
No matter what happens, you'll always be welcome here. You put your life on the line to save us, and it cost your colleague his life.
Reza was never my colleague.
Then what was he exactly?
A piece of shit. Except that one time
Shit.
when I framed him. Whoops. Or that was
One time when he was fine.
Izumi. She framed him. You know, maybe it's better if humanity never finds out what happened.
Oh well. Either way, I'm glad you're here now, and I think Amelie will appreciate it too.
You think so?
I can hear her over there. I'm sure of it. People from the orphanage should be here any minute now.
I'm a bit nervous, to be honest.
Have you ever babysat before?
Not a dragon, that's for sure.
Don't worry, I'll be here with you the whole time, but you'll have to be very careful, alright?
Of course.
I guess it's time. Are you ready?
I think so.
Happy ending.
Get an epilogue with Bryce. Right? We didn't get one with Bryce.
So I guess the
I don't think so, no.
the administrator went back. Also, what is this? What was that?
Delicious.
That was...
Was her good ending?
Once it comes on the screen, because I can't see
This. Can you see my Steam
it. That
thing?
looks like a bra.
It does,
Oh,
right?
no. I think it's her goggles.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, just the silhouette doesn't really work for that. Not
Yeah.
like that, anyway.
Like the fuck?
You've seen Nadine's good ending. Wow, we got lucky. Hey, look at that. We got all those other people, too.
Hey.
Oh, damn.
Now we
No,
don't
there's-
ever have to see their shit again.
There's fucking Kevin. No,
So, next time we'll save
Oh,
Sebastian
yes, we
again.
saved him. Yay.
We'll definitely save him again.
That should be
I-
real quick to
I
just
think from now
skip
on
through
you
it.
can always tell Sebastian to like watch the fireworks. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's I kind of remember doing that because every time I would just skip and it's like go see the
Oh,
fireworks, and I would always choose that. I'm like, you're not dying. Fuck you.
yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so that's it for tonight. What's the next time we can stream this?
You could do it tomorrow night.
Tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna
Ooh,
be
that's not a
streaming
good
Golden
idea.
Sun tomorrow.
Okay, so let's because you have Saturday off.
Late Saturday, so I could do
Well,
late
that's right,
Friday.
but you do- that's right. Yeah, and I don't work until late anyway, so we can do Friday night.
You don't work
Yeah,
until
Friday works.
late.
Friday
I
works.
still come home at 1, so it's gonna be like tonight.
Would you be able to do like a tonight thing on Friday, Shoji?
Like at
Like 11 o'clock Friday.
yeah, I could do that.
Do you work Saturday, early, late?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we could probably do the same thing. Another late stream. This is fun though.
The next normal day is gonna be Sunday.
Yeah.
Because after when you get home.
Yeah. So, well, yeah. After I get home on Sunday, I have Monday and Tuesday off, so I can.
So Sunday and Monday is gonna be the normal ones, and Friday will be a late one.
All right. We'll do this again soon then. And tomorrow, I guess anybody who's watching this on YouTube, it's already happened. But I'm streaming tomorrow, Tuesday, Golden Sun, probably the ending, because I just grinded the shit out of it and there's nothing left. Anyway, bye bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Oh.
Sorry about Kevin. Fuck him.
Fucking Kevin.
Fuck
God,
Kevin.
there he is. Look at him. Haha, look at me.
He's like,
I don't know when to shut up.
why am I
Bye.
in the center? I paid a lot of money to be in the center.
Yeah. and the only one with full body fur.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah, that's right. The old man.
because like the old man has like fur here and there.
Yeah,
These are the wings you were talking about on Bryce, the little
pretty sure it's just armor.
bones. Anyway, bye bye. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.